we can see more from him that's not as audacious. Weird buy for Cole. They put everything in, 3 rifles. But Gambit are already starting to manhandle middle away. Shiro scoped up on the connector, 2 CTs there. Oh, under push, and Axel's got it locked in. Bye-bye config. One of the pistols removed. And now Gambit just going through the motions, right? Mollying out mid, taking the control, waiting for a mistake from Complexity as they group back in the spawn with a bomb. Cole lose a lot of info in middle. And they've only got 1 flash to make a play here on Poison. So while they'll get this mid info in a second, it's going to come at a cost, and that cost will be losing the A bomb site. And in the process, Hobbit going to try and get these kills, but Smoke fading, and he grabs Blame F. That's a nice start. Oh,
yeah, a little more out of Hobbit. An unexpected journey in this round as he's still holding on to middle. There's more where that came from. JKS will trade it out, but regardless of that, it's still this 2-on-4. The bomb site belongs to Gambit. And Poison might not even get away with the save. Axel can hear him, and there it is. The gun removed from play, leaves Complexity with nothing in this follow-up round.
It's early days, but Axel is looking pretty fresh, Harry. He's looking pretty saucy, if I were to say.
He is looking good, isn't he? And he's given us some great series as of late as Axel.
Against Astralis yesterday, he was absolutely lights out. Had some amazing rounds. Knocking them out, trying to do the same to Cole right now in this lower bracket. Only one of these teams can make it through out of the group. And Gambit want to make sure it's them. Nafany, that's one hell of a mow down. Him and Shiro clean up the round in a matter of moments, and no health taken away either. Doesn't get better than that. But Cole, it was all a means to an end. They've got the buy in this one. However, no AWP, limited util, kits are going to be a hard ask. And so this is going to be a really poor buy for Complexity. Definitely around where you're going to want to try and make plays. Hope an individual can bail you out. Let's see what they got in store. Oh, I like this.
Yeah, a bit of mid-aggression. But look at this from Gambit. They seem cognizant of this possibility. They're waiting before they take this top mid control. And it always starts to get a bit awkward, right? The longer you wait in mid, the more nervous you get of a potential lower tunnels wrap, even though they're doubled up in mid. Still a scary place to be if you're Blame F here. Gambit seems so sure that they're going to be given aggression in this round. They are just waiting. And hell, in a sense, they're right. This is a very aggro mid-hold. It's being completely bypassed right now as Gambit throws some utility in towards B. With still 2 back at this A bomb site, I don't know if this is going to shape up to be a commitment. I think this is... Ooh, they force rush out of position with the mollies. They've got him down and out of the truck at least. Oh, now they've seen this player at ramp, but the bomb is still in the apartments. The 2 players there lose their lives, and Hobbit's dead out of Palace. This round is looking very, very ugly. JKS burns alive, but takes them to the grave with him. And Shiro, saving, just going to die to the aggro in mid. That round kind of breaks down in a very, very big way.
Yeah, for a second, it's like recoverable, right? You lose your 2 players out B, but you still have the bomb on Shiro. Hobbit gets out to default, and you think maybe if he can just headshot JKS, they have the A site, Cole are in the wrong position. Yeah, you have to wait for that bomb, but suddenly there's a chance at least. But yeah, I mean, massive play from JKS. Double kill through the smoke, dies in the molly, all worth it. That was a huge round for Cole to win there. Nice B anchor work. Getting past Russian config on B is...
Who's Bianca?
Let's not get into that now, Harry.
Oh, Blame. They know about you, my friend. They know about this mid-aggression. Poison was hoping for the trade, but shots have missed, and mid-control now belongs to Gambit. They're fast through Con on Nafany as well.
Oh,
And he pressures Rush at all the right places. Poison gonna have to get out of there. Will he get away with the AWP? I don't know, he's getting hunted, they're up short. That's a nice kill, but there's more where that came from, Poison. You gotta work it, baby, to hold on to this AWP. And he's doing good right now. Gambit, it's become very, very costly. And, you know, do you say, well, we've sunk so much into this, may as well sink it all? Or do you just try and hold on to these two guns now?
No, I like that logic. I like that first one. Let's do that. Let's throw everything. Yeah. If you're going to give him 3 kills, you
may as well give him 5
kills.
Yeah.
Or take the gun away, right? Those are the options. They've locked him into B, but they're not going to hunt him down. And yeah, you know, Gambit, as much as it would be nice to take away the AWP, they want to build their own money at the same time. And, you know, taking rounds with no one alive is not going to help you with that. So yeah, 2's fine. You keep the AWP on Shiro. But Poison, like said, feeling feisty right now. And that's a good sign. Something we need for Cole in this series. Some bangers on the Zoom, but not enough to win a round. However, Cole are still going to buy in here. Wow. Okay, no, just Blame. Everyone else ecoing. Blame just throwing all his money into the M4 armor. And so let's see if there's going to be any value taken out of it. Oh, this is a good play to make, though, with this kind of buy right. He's got bodyguards, essentially. Blame. He looks like a bouncer himself, but it's his teammates that are going to be keeping safe... or taking safekeeping over that M4 if he is to die. And if B is taken, yeah, you probably just save her at this point. Poison's looking after it. But you're hoping things end on that A site and into that one rifle. If not, at least the AWP is here. Taking mid, though. Gambit coming in from lower and upper. Anyone's guess as to where this is going. Bomb's going B apps, though, so that should be a bit of a warning here. And Cole start to work it out. They've aggressed Palace. They've been smoked out of middle from top con. They're losing info. And Poison's got to toe the line with, you know, knowing that he can get massive impact from this AWP, but at the same time, he's not going to be able to stop a rush on his own. So does he want to commit and go down with this ship? And if so, how many does he take with him?
Yeah, Poison looking for fights, but missing the opener. And just like that, the fate of this round is sealed. Gambit are up onto 5, and there's really nothing that Cole can do or say about it. You know, these pistol players may as well see if they can take something out of the round. You're looking to get a buy in the next anyway, as long as Blame F saves.
Yeah, it's just a shame. You would love to have that AWP kept again for Poison, right? The timing on him in B, he waits a bench for all round, it feels like, and then the second the molly comes B, he jumps up and he gets caught mid-air, doesn't he? So not really poised for that fight. And the AWP is lost in the source. So 5-3 for Gambit. And they're just getting all the kills here. That's something for JKS, but they're not going to let him get that gun for free. They will be fighting for it. Maybe he can grab it. What? No. Nice try anyway. Like you said, M4 saved. They buy around it. They won't have the AWP, but I mean, JKS could drop it. It would leave him with nothing. Just Kevlar AWP and setting Poison up. You always want, you know, your util on the rifles, not the AWPer. So he's not going to do it. AWPer's too busy scoped in. And so JKS at least has a kit if we get into a retake.
Yeah, back to another one of these mid takes for Gambit. It's clear they know that Complexity like to go for these mid challenges. It's really not uncommon to see 2 or 3 of them trying to take this top mid control away. So they're normally pretty measured with how they approach it, but now they get out, they get this real estate. Bit of util throwing over towards B, but it's not... They're not telegraphing any kind of grand play-in just yet. No smoke throwing. Landing there nice and late. And maybe this is going to shape up to be a B split after all. There's 2 players peeking from the truck. Rush trades that out as a result and now drops into the site, but can't hold on. He's bested by Nafany. Shiro is holding for these rotations out of middle as well. And with that kill, The save really should be locked in for Complexity unless Blame F can do something unthinkable from the market.
Looking to be a hero in this round, but the boost on the site as well is on his angle. He can't get out the door, and it's not a typical pre-aim spot. So making the wise choice to just not throw anything in here. If they give him the kill, then that's on them, but he can't commit out the doorway. And obviously JKS is already saving. Blame, oh, he couldn't take Inters away with him. So Gambit, guaranteed round, 6-3 up. Pretty good T-side right now. And Cole, back to the drawing board, back to the eco. Back-to-back rounds for Gambit.
Yeah, man, you're really on the rough side of things right now with your Complexity. It should be no secret that this CT money can feel very, very restrictive at times. Every round they're losing right now, feeling like a 2-for-1. Look, once again, their money just bottoms out at the culmination of that round. And so they're left with very, very little moving into round number 10. Especially, you know, with Poison being so far up the board, you really want to try and have the AWP in his hands as much as you can. And that comes with a heavy price tag. Shiro, meanwhile, dude's loaded, man. He's got AWPs coming out his ears if he wants them. So it is going to feel like a real, you know, going against the grain here if you want to get back into this one on the Complexity side, and it's probably not going to happen anytime soon unless JKS goes absolutely ham with his M4.
Yeah, I love how Gambit is so methodical at the start of these rounds, right? After we saw 2 mid takes in a row for Cole, Gambit have just stopped rushing and they've just started setting up, waiting for the mid play. Now, I say that, and awkwardly, Cole re-aggro mid as soon as Gambit leave it, don't they? But they're not taking anything more than the top, so they don't have the info. They haven't seen this rotate. They can't hear it from here either, but you can presume it's going to be an A play right now with everyone there for Gambit. So yeah, the very slow starts to these defaults. Now just grouping for an A explode. Cole with no one in the bomb site are going to be left lacking. And we're already thinking about JKS saving. He's going to want to get involved, right, with this gun. He's the only guy behind these smokes, but good luck to him. His team have abandoned him in taking this mid-control, setting up for a flank on the A site. But in order for that to activate, a lot of things have to go right here for Cole. And JKS does not want to hang around. They jump to the stairs. He jumps out of the site. And Gambit planting a 5-on-5.
Axile's even pressuring CT. Now, there's a lot of dudes behind that corner. He's done well to not commit to this fight too heavily. That's actually a team flash there, throwing over the top. It goes a little deep. They were hoping that that would time itself a little bit better, but he's already committed to the fight, so he's blinded by it. And now Complexity, they're interested again. Shiro's going to knock out JKS, and with that one rifle falling, the rest of the gang mop up the round. Gambit on to 7. A rip-roaring T-side lead on Complexity's map pick. We need it to turn around. It's got to turn around soon, or else it might never get back on track to be a Complexity map.
Well, this could be it, right? We got another full buy for Cole. They've had a lot of, you know, wish-washy investment with hero rifles, but because you're buying hero rifles into ecos, you're having to save them. You don't want to lose these guns. It's all been a bit, you know, uncomfortable for Cole. So now the orb's back out on Poison. He can be that hero. You talk about orbs, Harry, and Shiro, how we can buy one for every day of the week, but man, he's just not dying. They're not killing him, and that needs to change. Hobbit dead first, Nafany with the trade, and he backs up and respects the smoke. No hurry here for Gambit with that 4-on-4 taken. If you go cold and quiet now, Cole are going to reconsider. They're going to doubt themselves, and they might even shuffle players out of the bomb site, especially with that jump from Inters. You've just seen a player leaving. You don't know what's going on here if you're Cole. You don't know how many players are here, and it doesn't matter because Nafany is selling this on his own. A kill out ramp, a lurk smoke to keep Cole interested. And Poison's orb needed more than ever, but might never come into play if Gambit full rotate.
Oh, and Complexity are starting to pull rush away from B. They kept him there this whole time.
Oh.
Only now to double down on their efforts to stack A. You understand the gamble, right? If they go A, you've got pieces in the right place. If they go B, you save. But at this scoreline, that's the worrying part, right? It's all well and good saying, yeah, we got the guns, we can get something going in the next round.
This was
but you
the
just
round,
need, you just need rounds at this point.
Yeah, this is the round they've been waiting for, like we set it up. So, especially shameful for Cole. You can't make every right read, though. It goes quiet on A. And Gambit won't reaggress. They just take the free round.
I mean, you know, that's the thing. For Complexity, this is like a rough matchup to have, especially in like in this position where it is all or nothing, essentially, right? Yeah. Either playoffs or elimination. It's all scary, scary place to find yourself, especially when you're up against the current #1 in the world in Gambit, right? And these guys have a bit of a fire lit beneath them, especially. Like, shouldn't even really be in this, in the lower bracket.
Well, but, you know, Cole know better than anyone why they're in the lower bracket. They got, you know, stomped by Vitality as well in that opening BO1. Obviously, Gambit, similar situation. It was a 2-mapper. They got rolled as well. But, yeah, just keep your eyes on Vitality at this event.
Yeah, no, that is some sound advice. They have been looking really good. Second half of the year's IWU coming into action.
Yeah, we got obviously tomorrow that Vitality G2 game, what would typically be regarded as a classic French affair. Maybe not so much anymore, but we all want to see it. That's going to be a banger. And this one, living up to the hype, at least for Gambit's side. For Cole, it's been a quiet beginning.
They got another pause. They're trying to figure out how to plug these holes, but man, it's just so brutal. It's like even in that previous buy round, you know, it wasn't that bad an attempt to stop the A play. Then you've just got guys like Nafany just going above and beyond, solo, you know, selling that fake and getting kills from it, further applying pressure. The individuals on Gambit are looking so good. And this is without Axel having like one of these crazy maps like we know he can, right? The other day, that's what was needed out of him from Gambit. And boy, did he deliver.
Another default, holding B, holding mid, triple A. Gonna re-grab the bomb eventually. And Cole, I mean, they've tried to make some moves in this CT side. They've tried to get some aggression, but really they're not getting any value out of it in terms of kills. Just set up for a lot of flanks in these A post plants that haven't really resolved any problems. Poison checks under with the AWP. He's given all that room, but as said, nothing from it. Yes, information, that's something, but at this point, you know, you're calling, watch your bomb site. It's either a contact B or it's these A smokes, and they're just going to run right out A actually with a flash. Contact, in fact. Sneaking their way through. No info yet for Complexity. They flash peek in. JKS, nice clear, but he's mollied out. He has to commit, and he does with a double. Helped out by Poison, but eventually traded. That bomb is lost in the source. Gambit have to grab it.
Inter is dead on the swing out of Palace. They do follow up on a JKS. Oh, Axel, head on a swivel, but they don't know about Blame, who's hidden himself. Stole himself away and picks up that round for Complexity. Now 4 on the board, okay? You know, that you were never going to break the money. You have to come to terms with that. You were never going to start to get back in control on that. It was going to be a grind, but you've taken the first step in the right direction. And there's still a chance here to recover this half. But all the pressure is going to be on you throughout Complexity. Right? They're the ones with the threat of being broken. They're the ones with it all to lose and all to gain as well.
Oh, look at the speed from Axel, just hopping out under really quick, and there's no one here to hear him either. Maybe the short player made that cool, but getting ready for this A Palace pop. Blame spotting. Axel hunting him down. Absolutely no fear from this guy. Molly's going to land very close, though. It's not what he wanted. He gets caught from short as he looks back to the site. JKS was spotted, but also dealt with. Up the ladder for Poison. Inter's punishing. And Shiro now posted with the AWP. Lets that bomb get planted in default. Config sniping them away with the A1S from short. And the plant only just coming in time. CT player not able to deny it. But this retake is on. Cole poised and ready.
Yeah, this round is shaped around the post plant for Inters. Shiro is just here fighting in the site and doing what he can. Inters is waiting to deny this defuse. Config and Blame F. They do have a Molotov on Blame, and that could be used to flush this player out from the site. Shiro is now fighting in the face of complexity and in the face of danger. He's cracking a smile. He's dealt with Config. He even tries to find Blame F just to add insult to injury. It's an unwinnable round for complexity. Gambit are up onto 9. And everyone dies with the bomb, but that's fine, man, for Gambit. Blame, they get away with the AK on him.
Oh, that's so sad. Like, you know, you never want to say like that's a bad molly, right? It's a very good molly, but it's not a molly that's going to win you the round. They would love to see it saved to clear out or to lock out the Palace player. They knew he was there. The bomb was for him. If they could kill Shiro, then the molly's going to win you the round at that point. But you know, obviously it's a lot of hindsight there. You're hoping you can kill Shiro at back A with the Molotov as well, but somehow he lives through it all. What a beast. Goodbye to the window player. Nade stacked, the bullets will do it instead. And wow, this is a great game from Gambit. Looking for double digits on their T side right now. Surely doable. And going back towards B with only one man here. Config's Deagle is dastardly.
See, JKS has got all this info. I'd love to see Blame start to rotate round, and he will, but it's a little late. Config gonna have to make a stand here with nothing more than a Deagle and his wits back at the site. They're all around him. There's the first, but out of ammo now. The Deagle betrays him. Rush comes in with one. It's a 3-on-3. This isn't as squeaky clean as Gambit wanted. Rush is still fighting in the site, and JKS's rap has found Shiro in the apartments. Even more from JKS. The little flank that could. JKS maybe stealing this round away. And what a flanker indeed. Complexity. 5 to their name as they do it with the pistols.
JKS, JK best, more like. What a round. It's that Palace push that comes in clutch. Bit of hesitation for Gambit in the bomb site, just trying to clear out Config, and that gives plenty of time for Cole to get set up and win an eco. Wow. Recovering the half, perhaps. I said 10 rounds felt guaranteed. Not today. Could be that 9-6 after all, with Cole having a double AWP in this one as well. Config's wielding that weapon. We know how powerful it can be in his hands. Although it's JKS to fall first, aggressing into the Palace. Config has all the info deep B. He can solo the site, so Rush is already rotating back to A. That's where Gambit have been in the majority of these gun rounds, and this will be no exception.
Yeah, the A site is like completely empty. No one in it. Poison is watching Palace from Con, and now they know about this AWP. How are they going to deal with it? There's a little smoke to try and get you out of Palace. But Gambit are running back. They don't want to move into A, and that's because Nafany has uncovered quite the treasure trove over here towards the B bomb site. Hobbit is selling this fake. Does give up his life in the process, but it's Nafany who's the big player here. Config is holding for this bomb's rotation, but he's just gone off the angle. He might still catch a man, but the shot's missed. And here's the thing, he's only just seen them reach this position, so as they rush into the site, they're not ready for Nafany, who's still sat at bench. There's Poison sidelined. Config will trade it out, and Inters is left in the 1v3. He's got a bomb, but that's the only thing going his way. He can't get past Config on the short side, and so we're 9-6 at the end of the first half. Complexity, it's not the CT side they wanted, but it's something. Is it going to be enough for them to pull it back on their T side? We'll find out in a moment.
The ones who told me back then, be true to who I am, ain't think we was really gonna win. Now they watching us from the sidelines while we trying to victories like we in high tides. I'ma getting my prize. Only thing my eyes is locked in on. Have a milli mine. I want it right now. Don't waste my time. Family in a penthouse with a view sky high. Blood, sweat, and tears bring water to my eyes. Cause a whole gang winning. I done gave my life. Odds low, but we did it, ain't we? And we always moving, never on the same thing.
Vibe check. What's up? How are we all doing? Right now, Gambit are in the lead. They're doing good. Complexity, meanwhile, they're feeling a little bit stressed here as their map pick. 6-9-1/2. It's not awful. It's recoverable. But it's also not what you want.
Big blame, though. On the T side, able to lead, able to read. Let's see if Cole have the calls to get them back into this one. Pistol round would do a lot, but a triple B setup from Gambit. Smacking your lips at that. Flash going high and Inters. Oh, they're all blind, but he can't hit the killing blow. Poison on 2 health. Nafany grabs one. Axel tucked, and they never check him. Double before he's dead. Set up for the round of Gambit right now, and they're hitting more heads by the second. Blame in a 1-on-3. Back in apps, and the bomb is down into ground as well. Oh, bye-bye. Gambit on the board. Pistol taken, and 10 rounds found eventually.
Yeah, that's bad to worse for Complexity, man. They would have loved a pistol round to try and equalize this back out. Now, they're taking a force here in this one. That's without the bomb plant, so it's really just pistols and armor. And that also means that if they don't find success with this force buy, it's going to be 12-6 before they have guns by their side. Easy does it in this round. They do have config out in top middle, and they've got Blame F down here in lower. The rest of the gang are looking like they just want to get out A. I imagine this is with Blame on this late con lurk. It's a bit of a signature from him. He does like the late con lurk. And so this is something that Gambit should be prepared for.
Smoke's a bit of a miss in Palace. Let's see if Cole will try and exploit it. The bomb's up there. Blame flashing Cat, but it's Hobbit to find first blood. Killing config coming lower. Blame might not be expected there as a result. But these A players need to flood out eventually. Blame's up in position now. The smoke faded. Shiro drops out, but he will die on the retreat. Bomb in the eyes of Hobbit back in CT. They're out the ramp as well. Blame's going to hunt the kill. He's found Nafany. Still a player in a window to worry about, though, and not much of a pickup being a UMP. The nade will finish the job. Now Inters can run in from that B side, and Axel stops the cross. The bomb barely picked back up. JKS needs something here, anything, and they're not giving him the satisfaction. No peeking going on. Deagle missed, and there's the swing from Inters. Nice little bait and switch from Gambit. Finds him 11, deals with that force buy, and now we expect a nice clean anti-eco with double the rounds for Gambit at the end of things.
Yeah, and great stuff from Hobbit in this round, right? Like, he doesn't get, like, an incredible amount of kills or anything, but he's just a nuisance back in CT. He never really gives you those fights that you're hoping for. And him being alive at the end makes that little, you know, bait and switch peak so much more comfortable for Gambit. Sometimes just not dying is the greatest asset you can be to your team. Just don't die, lol.
Yeah, but you got to toe the line, right? You don't want to be baiting. Sometimes you got to die to set your team up for a round. Although in this round, death is definitely expected for Complexity. The nade is assisting in that as well.
Also, there's a reason why, like, Nafany is just the champion, right? And that's because he's brought the Deagle out as his only gun in this round here. I love
Respect,
it.
Yeah.
You got to respect it. No, little mid-peak, and now actually caught looking the wrong way with Shiro, and yet still he's able to turn on a dime and deal with Blame F. Just poison left, and even though his Deagle has secured the kill onto Hobbit back in CT, he should be hard-pressed to find much more than this. They don't even need to be fighting him right now. They've got bomb in middle, but they just want to get the round over. They want to deny that M4 save, and they'll move on to 12 on the side of Gambit. Now we have the investment for Complexity. You need to find something with this, or else it could be a very fast second half.
Yeah, that's the fear, right? Settling in now. Cole have to brush off the dust. Full AKs. Shiro taking the mid peak with the orb, but no one's going here for Cole. Not early, at least. The smoke's down. Blame's sending some utility in, but it's really the B grouping you've got to watch out for. Only one man here right now. He's got the spot. Config jumping out the window. Smooth moves, hunting this kill, and he's got the entry as well. Down low, Shiro will finish the job. Set up for the retake now. Axel choosing Deeg over Famas for the range game, and it works wonders. Bomb dropped onto the floor. And it's going to get picked up as well. They should be able to get this plant here for Cole at least, but past that point, it's going to get claustrophobic. Gambit already pushing in early, and that's punished by Rush. Axel's here to trade, though, and they have no idea.
Yeah, he's aggroed through the short smokes. There's a couple of them down as well. He swings onto Rush, is traded by Blame back in the apartments. Now this round screeches to a bit of a halt. A missed shot from Shiro, but the trade picked up immediately. Hobbit has been keen for them. The last time they saw Blame F, he was back in the apartments, but he's since dropped onto the truck, and Hobbit has got no idea. He's sticking the bomb. Blame swings out and puts a stop to that, and Complexity do move on to a 7th. Smooth stuff from Config to be the man to open that round up, right? Straight out of the apartments, flashed by his teammates, drops into the site and tips that first domino over. Lets Complexity get into that round.
Yeah, that can make all the difference, right? When a round comes down to the 1v1 like that, you're just thankful you got the opening kill, because it is just a lot of trading in the B retake. Great reposition from Blame as well, right? Like, as said, Hobbit had absolutely no idea that Blame had dropped out of apartments. Found a wonderful timing to do that. Still got to buy back in for Gambit. Axel getting flashed into mid. They're all blind. Oh, only good for one, though. Poison quick to trade. Jumping through the smoke is Rush. And things are getting a little bit weird now for Complexity. Round player holds his own. JKS wanting to trade. The bomb is back in spawn. That's why it makes even less sense that Rush would run for that. He must have had some read or some reason to do it, but I certainly can't tell you why. Maybe baited in by a play from Gambit. And now Hobbit with full control of the ramp. His teammate covering
the bomb's going to challenge first as well.
Oh, no.
Oh, now he's seen that. That's info.
What?
More than info. Hobbit's got the whole damn round in the palm of his hand. Just JKS. And he's getting shot from here, there, and everywhere. Gambit are up onto 13. Hobbit with a big play down towards ramp. You know, I think getting 2 there would have been more than enough.
Yeah.
He actually just goes on to take the entire round by storm.
Yeah, and with no plant, with, you know, winning your first gun round and then getting immediately that dealt to you, you're broke if you're Cole. You've got nothing. Blame's put a bit in, as has Config, otherwise keeping 2K. But yeah, not a pretty picture right now for Complexity. Gambit surely sitting on 14. Unless these Deagles can do some serious damage. Config's coming through a smoke. Oh, he's going to hear the nade get clicked from Nafany. Can he capitalize? No. Gets smoke spammed instead. Very unreasonable. Nade on ramp. JKS. There it is. Pushed out with the 1D onto Hobbit, but the gun's irretrievable right now, and getting into A is a difficulty with mid on lockdown. Bomb's going B, at least, so JKS, it's all about selling the fake right now. They've done enough to only leave one player at the B bomb side, but Inters has that info, and he's not budging. JKS 1D here would be everything. Triple peaked instead, though. That's info, but Inters has got the B site on lock, and that bomb's not going down anytime soon.
Well, Hugo, well, funny you say that. Maybe it could. Now the orb's here, and Shiro never even gives him a chance to play the game. Flame's just wall-banged out. And so this is it. This is the buy now for Complexity. This is the buy where we have to start talking about it in hushed tones and saying, oh, you remember that game where Cole, they just completely sidelined us. They turn it all around at 7-14. This rifle decides whether or not we get to have that discussion. They don't win this, they've got nothing up against match point for Gambit.
Yeah, quick pop into middle for Cole. Never really seen Gambit take any mid control in this CT side. Cole were all over it in the first half, albeit not really giving them much value. Another fast peak for Axel, and he's really feeling it. Could tell that much from just a couple of rounds into the T side. Quick headshot to Config, and his round is over. AWP even holding under with the support from Axel. Shiro doesn't need to worry about getting walked on. There's a guy out ramp. JKS looking for a pick, and a Palace player peeking, does get the dink, but JKS lives, and they're going to try and hunt him down. Axel's just wrecking them in middle. JKS, not long for this world, and Rush late out under. They're not going to consider it. They've missed the timing.
They have missed the timing.
But what can he do with this?
Oh, he's slipping through nets right now. He's a slippery little fish. Rush! Only good for one.
Axel's too good, mate.
He is. Axel's cracked. He's actually cracked, man. Like, this guy, I don't know. Unreal performances in the last few games, especially. Like, really wanting to continue, you know, holding the Gambit torch up high, continue this legacy on.
Yeah, because that's the hardest thing, right? So, like, people like Astralis have always said that, like, yeah, getting to the top is one thing, but staying at the top, that's a whole different ballgame because you've got all eyes on you. It's easy to be, you know, an underdog team, and not easy, but it's one thing to be an underdog team and, you know, surprise everyone. No one's looking at you. No one's got their attention on you. Everyone's looking at Gambit right now. Everyone's learning from Gambit, and so holding, you know, your head high and staying at this level is impressive. They're going to roll over this game. This map is done. It's dusted, and it's overpass up next. Only Blame left up, 1 on 5, back behind the molly. Look at the utility. Barbecue, baby.
He just knows, he just acknowledges, like, yeah, I'm dead. And it is, what's IEM Summer without a little barbecue, baby? That's that map done and dusted. Gambit 1-0 up, and now we go to their map pick. Woo!
passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down and left her, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep
searching, but we will never know what we're after.
Well, we've been calling Complexity the gatekeeper team. In other words, we expect them to beat teams that are ranked lower than them, and we expect them to be beaten, sometimes demolished, by teams above them. And Gambit being ranked the #1 team in the world, is no surprise that they were able to conquer Complexity on Complexity's own map pick of Mirage. But, Yanko, I can see you're itching
Frankie,
to
listen
jump
to
in.
me, listen to me. Like you don't know about this. Was like before your time, basically, but there's a lot of like
I'm not that young.
cool Serbian expressions and proverbs that especially Jason Moses O'Toole liked. And there's one that says, you know, you need to know who's driving the tractor and who's opening the gate, right? Which basically means, translated, you know, who the daddy is and who's like just, you know, some guy that's out there. And Complexity as the gatekeeper, they're the guy who's opening and closing the gate. Gambit, they're driving the tractor. They're the big daddies. They just took your map pick away. They even picked T side. They played with your heads. They knew you wanted. They knew you anti-stratted them heavily, probably, that you wanted to start T side and do all your nerdy stuff. No, we're gonna start T side, win so many rounds in the first half that whatever you wanted to do is not gonna matter.
I mean, their T side is so good, and I don't mean it as an understatement. It's like if you take someone new to Counter-Strike and you say, listen, there are basically two ways of playing Counter-Strike. You can either play execute heavy and you're gonna learn your smoke, your flashes, and you hope to execute on a side, or you can play map control, which is you take some spaces all around the map, you trade kills. Gambit do both at the same time. They mask execute with some map control. You never really know what they're doing, how many lurkers are on what position. So it's so hard to actually predict what Gambit is doing. I feel like as an opponent on the CT side, it must be such a head scratcher when they hit their shots, you are completely lost. And that is exactly what happened to Complexity. 2-0 up in the lead, and they only win 6 rounds on the CT side. It was an absolute mess.
Well, Maniac, why don't you take us through round number 9, which is a really good example of what you just described.
Yeah, I would love to. It is actually Gambit this time, disguising again a B split. It all starts with Axide. Here, you're going to see he's coming towards that B side, and he's just going to make a little bit of noise, a little bit of activity. That pulls config towards the B side, which means that now Gambit can take mid control with that window smoke, and they can do it in a more safe way. Axide finding the right timing onto config, and here you have it. Because of all that map in the mid control is lost, Rush is not in a position to stop Nafany, and in about 20 seconds, the B split is gone. Shiro is going to punish that connector control, and that is it. The round is over. And I'm talking about disguising what it is you're doing in this game. They took B control, they did a little bit of noise, they pulled that rotation, and they took mid. But then again, there's strategies, and there are players. And Axile with what? 8 opening duels out of 8, 23 kills, absolute beast.
He's not even the entry fragger. You know, his role isn't that type of a role, and he had entry kill. He had as many opening kills as the rest of his team, and didn't die once when he was involved in an opening duel. So he's definitely stepped his game up for this tournament. And yeah, it's just like with Gambit. We saw, for example, in the heroic game, they were really active on their CT side, trying to, take control, find some picks early. Complexity had a similar idea at the start of their CT side, but Gambit, their holds are just really strong. So most of the time, you just get punished. You just lose a guy, and then you're in even worse situation than when the round started.
Yanko, if you're watching that pre-match interview between Anders and Poison, Poison said that Complexity were not going to focus on what the win meant, but focus on anti-stratting their opponent. Did you see much evidence of that in that map?
Well, to some extent, those aggressive plays, it seemed like they really wanted to disrupt Gambit early on, but I think it's just Complexity's style in general. Yes. Against any team, they're an anti-strat heavy team. They really like to try to find tendencies that you have and then adjust their game towards that and really try to exploit it.
I almost feel like it's their downfall to an extent, right? Because we can absolutely give compliment and respect to BlameF and the coaching staff for how they prepare, and sometimes it works out perfectly, and then you can see their gimmicks working flawlessly, and we would just have to clap and applaud. But when it doesn't, you feel like there is a lack of, I want to say, universal play style to an extent where, you just start around in such a way, and then, depending on what's happening, you react, you have your protocols. Sometimes when Complexity is not able to use these gimmicks and trick their opponents, then the rest is a little bit lackluster. So that they have covered, Frankie, but maybe should work more on the fundamentals in general.
Yeah, I would have thought that they would prioritize their own game plan on their map pick, Maniac.
I mean, the thing is, when you go up against Gambit, the reality is there is not your map pick. You do not have a map pick against Gambit. Either you work on Ancient and you might punish them a little bit in the first few weeks of Counter-Strike, or you just play Gambit's map twice.
So basically, should have learned Ancient. All right, then let's talk about Overpass. This is probably a map that Complexity do not want to be facing Gambit on right now.
Yeah, it's a map. It's
Yeah.
a map where nobody wants to face them, really. Like, they're just a really strong overpass team. And I think also for Complexity, one of the main flaws for them was the depth of their map pool. Now, they worked on that, and unfortunately, Train became one of their better maps.
Yep.
That's out of the pool. So Overpass was a map they used to avoid a lot. You can see even in the times played, 14 for Gambit and just 5 for Complexity. And, you know, even the losses that Gambit has, you see the win percentage isn't through the roof. But, you know, when they lose to another really good
Navi,
Overpass team.
Vitality,
Yeah,
the teams they lose to.
most of the time, it's another really good team. So their understanding on the map is on such a high level individually. T-sides are really good. They have some innovative strategies as well. You know, the molly from the boost towards monster, all that cool stuff to negate the close monster setup. So this is going to be a very, very much uphill battle for Complexity.
Well, at least we know Complexity would have done their homework. So perhaps we're going to see some contests on either bomb site. I don't know. I want to remain optimistic, and I want you guys watching in Twitch chat to stay where you are and get ready, because this could be Complexity's last map in IEM Summer, so you don't want to miss it.
This is one of the CIS guys.
Let me know. Evil Eye. He looks mad. He's not smiling at this pick, I think.
Definitely not.
It's a Gambit player, I think.
it's the same hair with everyone, I swear.
Exactly.
It's the same hair.
This is our boy.
Shiro? Shiro, yeah, I think so.
Shiro. Yeah, good goal, right? Damn! Holy. Been a lot on Gambit Page. This is easy.
That's a younger, for sure.
Probably.
Stewie.
Stewie, it could be. But it's not.
Okay, this guy's wearing a hoodie, I think.
He has a beautiful eyebrow.
I have seen this guy before.
You have seen him?
Yeah.
He looks very familiar. I can't tell who that is.
Hunter?
No.
No, it's not Hunter.
I noticed from the shirt.
I think it's tough because of the hoodie, maybe.
This is Brolan.
Brolan. The hoodie. Who is that?
Who is that? Yeah, who is that? So if it could be one for Renegades, it could be one from all teams in the world.
An A player, I guess. I'm not sure, but probably. Maybe.
Not Twists.
No, this is a Chinese player, I think.
It's getting tougher now.
Oh, no, Blue Eyes. No, wait. It's
Someone from Finland.
But I'm not sure. I think it's a Danish player though. I'm just not sure if it's Tesses or...
Oh, wait. These lips are... He's Finnish for sure. Ariel, X7, Zowie.
No.
Tesses или этот.
Oh, wait, I think I know.
This is Staven.
Easy.
It's Staven.
Oh my god. Oh.
Yes. Give me one more, I'm on a roll.
Wait, this is someone I know. But how do I know?
Is this AS again? This is Nico.
Voxic? No?
Can be.
That's Coldzera?
Coldzera.
Coldzera. It's gotta be him.
Coldzera. Coldzera. Let's go. Oh my god, Alexi. Okay, that was pretty good, Casper.
Yeah, you're clutch, bro.
Escúchalo, siéntate y relájate un poco, que en esta vida el tiempo es loco. Puedes perder momentos preciosos y sepas que cuando pides ayuda yo me levanto. Todo lo que tengo lo comparto. Y aunque me sienta triste yo canto, ay canto. Vive una vida llena de personas que te quieran, que te respeten de veras y que lloren cuando mueras. Deja de mirar la acera y
Intel Extreme Masters Summer is brought to you by Intel, Acer Predator, 1xBet, and DHL.
Oh, if there was one map I really wouldn't want to face Gambit on, it's probably this one, right? It's looked real good for them as of late. It's their map pick in this series. And 1-0 up already after taking Mirage away. Complexity, they're just about hanging on. We need a big game out of them here. This is where they've got to make a big stand.
Yeah, Gambit still hunting for that playoff spot, the 3rd seed going through the group. And more than attainable now with their opponent's map pick in their pocket. Here we go. Gambit T-side start. Terrifying, as you say, Harry. Got a heavy mid-play. Poison spotting, but he doesn't know Axel's danger close. And the flick will have to be hit, but Poison recovering quickly. Still getting chased. Player in the connector to worry about. Water B getting taken. Bombs outside of the site. Running a similar pistol to the one we saw via Astralis yesterday. And a bit of aggro could go a long way, but Hobbit's holding for it. And a Glock up close should be favored, but Poison has taken 2 players out of the round, trading guns and going up the ladder for the big flank.
He's still embarking on this big old flank now. I wonder if he was spotted then. Inters is creeping his way, but Poison is just chewing his way through the Gambit pistol one at a time. Now he's wrapping them again. Look at him go. Now, it should be the end of Poison's pistol for the time being, right? We might have to look towards someone else. A guy like Config might be the dude to try and deal with the remaining 2 for Gambit. Gonna have to. He's in this A-bomb site alone. They're looking for a plant, but he's trying his best to deny it. A bomb plant here is all right for Gambit. They deal with Config, and they've even picked up the pesky Poison in the backline. 2-on-3 now from a 2-on-5 with the bomb planted. This would be a huge turnaround. Com cannot afford to let this happen, but it's getting worse and worse by the second. Shiro is now on a hat trick of his own. Smoke on the bomb, they're sticking it, they're on that defuse. They've got to get him off, the knife's out, but the defuse is already found. Complexity, they right their wrongs. They do secure the pistol.
That got a bit scary, didn't it? Nice reaction just to jump on the defuse there. Kit, smoke, and cover. It's what Cole needed from a 5-on-2 down to a 2-on-2. And that knife almost got in the back as well. Just a little bit off. Gambit with their bomb plant, though, that's temptation written all over them. AK triple Galil, dirty 2nd round buy. And Cole know it's coming. There's never a question about it. I like this. Axel spamming the smoke with the Glock, trying to bait them into thinking that he's not bought, but I don't think Cole are falling for it. Considering a worst case in this round, if you weren't going to be forcing, you'd be buying full Deagles and no Kevlar. So there's the confirmation. Blame sees about long, sees some guns going around the corner, and he's going to stay in the toilet. He's got some support, at least on the short side. Mid is still belonging to Cole. Gambit might just regroup at the bottom site, go back to B. Cole is spotting Monster, though. They're going to have an early warning system as to this commitment. Notice the jumping from JKS. All a bit of a bait for his teammate in the corner. That's the bomb getting spotted.
Yeah, there's still this AAA setup for Complexity. Even with the spot, they haven't rotated anyone out. I imagine that changes. And yeah, look, we've got the changing of the guard right now. They leave config in the toilets. No, actually, no, they're still committed to the AAA. The guy running back was actually just trying to throw the monster smoke. It's missed massively as well. Could have done with that. Would have come in handy. JKS is now going to do it, and oh, do it he shall. The molly burning out Nafany, and the Famous finding more. Hobbit goes back to try and deal with this com player. The round slips away from Gambit. And Shiro is even in danger of going down after time.
Whoa! Oh, it's close, but he'll at least take that AK, the 1 AK, into the next round. That being said, Cole, big round to win there. Getting past these second round force buys can be so difficult at the best of times. JKS with a mind-melting play. And Gambit have to eke around this gun. Attack before they do so. I don't know if that's a misbuy from Axel. He just bought Kevlar with his Glock, but he's not really got the money to sustain an investment. He might be forced to play a pistol now at least. But regardless, Gambit just trying to figure out what they want to do with this one weapon, how they can set Shiro up for kills, try and put him in as the trade man. And they are double forcing. Okay. All right. Now, this is pretty rare. You would see this if they managed to get 3 or 4 kills in the previous round and they know that Cole's money is low and they can capitalize on it, but that wasn't the case. They barely, made a dent in the economy of Cole. So this is a really risky buy for Gambit. It's going to delay your gun round. If you win it, of course, that's the reward. But it's far from perfect.
Yeah, I find it weird. I don't think I like it. But hell, man. Maybe Gambit can change my opinion. And what do I know anyway? Party control taken by the Gambit squad. They're slow on the approach here. This AK in the hands of Shiro. Might have to do some heavy lifting. At least everyone has armor, right? So if he does die, you pass that gun around. Starting to make their way up long, and there is this double toilet set up to contend with. Blame F going to be the first candidate, and there he is doming Inters out of play. Shiro dead as well. Blame with the turn and drops the bomb. Even looking for number 3, and the nade should lock it in. Hobbit blindsides him, which is something at least. Config peaks long, and the timing is so rough on that peak. Axel was holding for it, and as he goes to throw the util, that's when Config arrives. Complexity onto 3, and no money for Gambit.
Wow, I'm loving the aggro out of Cole right now. Just no fear. They know when their back's up against the wall at this point, like, you may as well start throwing things at Gambit. Just constant layers of re-aggro from Blame and Config. Keep on the pressure and get rid of that reforce buy from the T side. So now Gambit finally have to surrender around. They've already surrendered 3. Digging quite the hole before they finally get guns.
Yeah, it is weird. Like, you won't have seen a full rifle round until round 5.
Phew. We already saw those Gambit overpass crashes the other day. 2 players AFK, I got a bit worried. And in them being AFK, look at the space Blame has taken. Won't be here forever. He's going to duck out after 1. But they reroute to B anyway into this double setup.
I get the feeling they've just been talking it out, right? Like, it's just been one of these rounds where you almost treat it like a pause. And I don't think they're invested in the idea of doing much here. And good that you weren't invested, or else you would have been set up for disappointment, as it's a flawless round for Complexity, 4-0. And now, in round 5, we have our first proper buy out of Gambit.
Yeah, better late than never, right? We got Shiro's AWP as well. Far more loss, considering it's a 5th round buy. Poison's going to meet him there, though. Poison had a couple of nice rounds on Mirage, but it all was pretty quiet for Complexity across the board. Quick nade in mid for Blame, and he gets out of there alive. The AWP's not taking the early peek either. Got to be short flash, but only to set up the boost and... Oh, jump. Oh, it's pretty close. Don't want to give Axel another chance at that.
Axel normally hits them, man.
Yeah.
Nade's good. Only a little bit of damage, but it also just sends the warning to Poison, like, yeah, we know you're here. We know what you're up against, or what you're up to, and what you're against. You're against us. Poison. New position, new angle, new man, question mark. Him and Blame Heifer doubled up in the toilets. They haven't seen anything yet. It's been so quiet as far as they're concerned. This is awkward. Neither party knows the other one is there.
And you're getting scared, you're getting walked on long, right? Luckily, you have a guy watching that, but... Oh, there's the contact. Blame catches Nafany, and now they're going to try and hunt him down, but Poison hits a tag, and Blame will finish the job. Lovely stuff out of Cole. Oh, boy, they are going to clean this up, aren't they? No survivors right now for Gambit. It's just Axile, almost flawless until he bites back into Blame, but it's all about damage at this point, and he is so low. Where's this Cole suddenly come from?
Yeah, also, where's this Gambit come from,
right?
man? Like,
Not
this isn't the kind of stuff we expect out of them. Like, you know, I get not clearing the toilet right away. I get not knowing that they're there. And I just thought Nafany would have been cognizant of that as a possibility. It's him who gives up that first kill in the round, walking out to throw utility. And from then on in, the round just falls apart. This is a great look out of Complexity, but this is not the Gambit I know nor love.
Yeah.
And look, this was just so ugly.
So confusing, right?
They even blinded each other trying to get the trade, and then it just grinds to this horrifically awkward hole.
I think you're already, you know, you're just walking out short. It's very free. You haven't seen anyone. You're talking about your A execute. You're figuring out, okay, I'm smoking this, I'm mollying that. Please clear this. Trade me there. And then, oh wait, they're both toilets. Like that's the shock.
This is also like, you know, why going for these risky forces early on? It's let Complexity get very, very cozy and comfy on this map. Everyone's kind of coming into their own with the aggression. And Gambit, you know, they're probably feeling out of it right now because that round was a bit of a disaster. But in reality, like, that's the only rifle round they've had so far.
Yeah, and again, they're doing it once more. They're just talking about it. Spawn, knives out, AFK, just chatting. You know, it's fine, but it's a little worrying for Gambit for sure. Because they looked lights out back on Mirage. They just need to get that round on the board. Warm in. Be reminded of who they are, because right now, it's time for Poison to flex. Quick pick onto Nafany with a flick shot, and many more where that came from. But Hobbit, that's more like it. Big Deeg. Axel going to try and get out B. He's got a chance. He's got a timing. No one's watching but the monster player. Oh, JKS doesn't know. Great play for Axel. Can he find two? No, surely not. Stuck at the pillar now. Got to worry about Heaven on a timing, but both CTs on A, and he falls to Rush finally. The bomb is coming B, though. If they can kill him, it's a free bomb site, but Rush is not giving it up. Swapping sides of the smoke. Low HP. Hobbit's grabbed that AWP from Poison's body, and they're going to group for this B hit.
AWP's found its way into Shiro's hands. They've somehow made something of this round, but now they've got to try and stick the landing. Config with a late Molotov. That's big. Slows down the push. They've had to smoke it, so now they're running through the smoke into this B site. And Config, death from above. Complexity 6-0. Flawless CT side keeping up.
That molly was perfect, man. Could not have come at a better time as well, right? Like Gambit just getting acclimatized in short, taking far too long to commit there. It was full info for Rush. He knew they were grouping. He was calling for help.
I don't know what's happened, man. Like, they normally look so decisive on this map, so put together, but like...
Yeah, I mean, with every round that goes by that you bottle it, that you know, waste a good situation, you're only going to get more and more in your head, worse for wear. So this gun round, second gun round in round 7, needs to have results. It's good from Cole so far, don't get me wrong, but Gambit been very quiet. We need Hobbit to help out. He's found another opening kill. The AWP in party, decking them through the smoke. Look at that kill feed. It's a Smoky Joe's right now, finally traded. Oh no, with nades out, configs in middle, and they weren't ready for the third man. Gambit going back to the B bomb site to group.
Oh, there is a fight being given by JKS, and that is a big kill to have given away. He was aggro on the short side. Rush can't go through the molly, so he's just got to wait. Nade can do a bit of damage onto the plant at least. A 2-on-2. Gambit trying to get their first T-side round on the board. Axile and Shiro, they're the two trying to take us to the promised lands. Axile with the swing, bit of damage onto Config, not a killing blow, however, has to go back, but nails it the second time around, and Shiro has got his back through and through. Gambit, they finally win a round out, takes them 7 in the game, but they do manage to do it, and in a 2-on-3 as well, so a bit of a confidence booster.
Yeah, there's something, but we already know Cole rolling together 6 rounds in a row. They've got more money than they need. Double AWP coming out straight away. And you can't be against that. Blame even taking the second AWP as well. Is he going to be mid-AWPing with Poison? He's going long right now. So both on the A site. Nice nade to Inters again. He's going to get that toilet smoke in though. Poison watching the cross. Oh, the flash! Oh, he still gets the kill. Nafany, he was set up for that. Poison held the shot for a second, realized he was getting damaged, and hell, on the right angle, right place, right time. Finally mollied out, gonna have to give it up. Blame's on long still with all this info. They're gonna walk up on Poison while they still can.
Oh, well, it was about time. Poison is having a hell of a game, so I'm glad that they finally put a stop to him, just so they can learn, like, yeah, he is beatable. IMF with this second AWP is waiting back in the site, and he's even got Config alongside him. Terrifying little group of Danes.
Oh, the re-aggro.
Big for Config. He's about to get all this info. Blame F can rotate down right now. Right now. Config is like, yeah, it's looking good, man. It's looking good. Blame's beginning that rotation. The Danish duality. I know what's up.
Oh, does Shiro stay on this angle? Config's killed his teammate through the door gap. Bomb's been dropped outside Monster, and Shiro can't trade his team because Config's not giving him the chance. He's reset back on the A site with that bomb down Monster. If Shiro actually wants to win, he has to run, and so instead he walks away. Oh, again, ugly round. Obviously coming off the back of Config with a really, really, heroic play there. He may only get like 1 kill from it, but the information, the rotate that's allowed, and the pressure put on Shiro in that situation is enough to help Gambit crumble. They win 1, they immediately get reset, and they save an AWP, so even the money's going to be skew-if here.
It just looks a little off from Gambit though, man. Like even that round there, Shiro's watching Con, but not actually the angle to protect his teammates. Like, it's too shallow an angle. It gives that door position across to Config. And that really, getting backstabbed when you think someone's watching it, that just derails the whole round, man. It throws everything into chaos. The monster push goes just about as bad. Great stuff out of Complexity, though. Like, this has been an awesome CT side so far. Blame F giving us some great moments in the toilets. Poison there as well. That double hold at A has felt impenetrable. You just cannot get past them. And I don't want to go back to it, but it's one of these things where money is so, or has been so established for Complexity as a result of essentially, getting all those free rounds off of the relentless forces from Gambit. Means that Poison just keeps bringing these AWPs into play.
Yeah, now he's really taking names. Look at him go. Fast out the short side, gets a kill, and dives back through the smoke. He even trades places with a rifle. They won't be ready for Rush in the corner. They just saw an AWP, for crying out loud. Rush doesn't want to commit for long. But that's fine. You got a 5-on-4. The pressure's not on you. It's on Gambit to drag one back. Still with long control as well. Convic's got an off angle behind the tree. Gambit are grouping back for another B execute, but these have not been pretty. I mean, their only round is on B at least, but this one's still pretty unfavorable. Luckily, only 2 CTs there right now, but we know Cole have been pretty keen on the rotates. JKS has a good position, but this flash will definitely get him. Oh, shot in the legs, and JKS lives. Flash will do nothing now. It's too late.
Look at Config again, by the way, being the info player of Complexity, pushing all the way through long means that more players are now rotating down to B.
Oh.
Config's coming in on a wrap. He's right behind them. He's ready to pounce. At a moment's notice, they're still following through on the B play. It's going to be an uphill battle to get in.
Oh, no.
And Poison is destroying them. Config with the wrap, seals the deal, and Complexity get onto 8.
Oh, Shiro got him on 3, man, through the fence, but that thing soaks bullets and sucks up the damage, spits it out with nothing. What a round for Complexity again. Like you said, not only just the flank, but that B-hold was stellar. Hobbit has been all over the entries in this T side. He's been getting mid picks. He gets a double into B there, but it's Poison that holds on strong and buys time for Config behind. So yeah, it's a great game out of Cole right now. This has not been a go-to map for them. This has not been a safe haven, and it's been quite the opposite for Gambit, one that they've been knocking out top teams out of the tournament with. And they just look lost. Can barely get past these AWPs on the top site. And then we have things like that happening from Poison. Look at how he starts the round. A quick smoke molly play into water, taking a kill. Like, if you're feeling it if you're Complexity, and you got nothing to lose. You lose this game, you're out. Why not have fun with it? Why not start flexing? Show off your individuals. They certainly are right now. Broken by for Gambit. Tech 9 armor, gonna stay fast.
Aggro on a short again for Gambit. Nafany taking all this control, but the double molly, that's actually a team Molotov there, slowing down the push up through the short side. Re-smoking Monster, and this time, you know, Complexity, they've run a lot of these AAAs. It's clear that BlameF feels like he's having reads right now. They've stacked this B site. Gambit completely leave. They don't like what they've seen. Back out towards A, but that just puts you in the prying eyes of this double AWP setup. BlameF holding on to long. He's up on top of the boost. I wonder if Gambit are planning to go back to B here. Right? They show one player at long. They throw a long flash, but they kept Hobbit outside of the B site the entire time. So now they go back to rejoin him. But this hasn't shuffled the defense of Complexity at all. They don't feel tested yet.
Ooh.
JKS goes for the furthest target first, and Hobbit is good with the entries. You said it just a moment ago. Feels like he is doing pretty much everything for Gambit right now. He's got them into B. It's up to the rest of them to finish what Hobbit started.
Yeah, the nade could be massive. It got him low. Double AWP on the retake, but that bomb plant cancelled initially. Inter's dead. Wallbang for 10. Not enough to stop the plant. Axel might even fight off of another shot, but finally gets ready to stick. Oh, he needs to do it soon. Oh God, he gets mollied out. He's still gonna get the plant, I think. A few seconds left on the clock. Oh, he's repositioned. Last second plant, it will happen. He's got it in time. It's only Poison. What a change from Axel. I thought he'd stick it. I thought he'd risk it in the molly. A calculated reposition to give Gambit their second round. Nice try from Cole with that heavy util coming in from above. But it won't save them today. Oh, to make that call, if you're Axel there with less than 10 on the clock to reposition the bomb plant, oh. Terrifying, but calculated at the same time.
Yeah, this save out of Poison's pretty big, right? Even though you had money once, you don't really have it anymore on the Complexity side. But if you hold on to this AWP, you've got guns in the neck. So that's at least something. Something to look forward to. This round's all Hobbit with the openers, man. To even, like, get it into that situation and make it doable. Huge stuff out of him. Inters breaks his silent streak as well. Was 0-9.
Can Gambit build in? Because this is not done.
Well,
right?
this is how they could, right? If they win this round, they break the money of complexity. And so finally, they're maybe given a freebie. They know the implications on winning this round.
Oh, no.
Inters, no. He even considered it for a moment, but Blame blindsides him.
Yeah, Blame's been all over this play round. He's been really, really proactive here. Cole with a lot of aggro mid rounds. Poison's dead, though, with the AWP this time. Oh, Shiro scoped up on the monster smoke. No one's coming through, but if only he knew shots were available. Blame not flanking, but he is able to activate on a moment's notice. Config holding top connector, making sure that Gambit have no route back up towards that A site. So at this point, Cole can sit back and be comfortably knowing that Gambit are coming your way right now. And out monster they go.
Oh, Russia's seen heads, but they're already up in the sight, Axar. Oh, JKS with the nade. His utility's been unreal. Combining it with the FAMAS again. He got 3 last time with this gun in this same position. This time it's only the double. So is that going to be enough? Config and Blame F left in this retake. A 2-on-2. Blame on a long flank all the way through T-spawn. Config. Waiting patiently. Shiro gives him a jiggle, gives him a wiggle. It's Blame F that maybe we need to give some more love to as well, as he's still coming in through Monster. Him and Config trying to pincer this together, and Blame catches Shiro looking the wrong way. Hobbit 1v2 to try and save the round. He stops that defuse, but he can't double up.
He's won it.
Is there time? I don't think so.
Blame
It's
just
going to be close. Complexity! Oh, they just fall shy of it. Gambit onto a third.
Oh, there was a kit on Config's body. Blame just grabbed it last second, and even then it's not enough. That's so sad. Felt like that round was in the palm of his hand. Nice try on the flank, but yeah, a millisecond too late, and that's all the difference it takes to get Gambit back into this T side. If that defuse comes in, this is a one-sided half. Without it, suddenly you got to get scared if you're a Cole fan. 8-3, but they are not out of the woods. Even calling a pause after the fact there as well. That's a shame of a round to lose. Nice try, but now left with only USPs.
Spirits still seem high though, right? They were all smiles just then. Blame is giving us like a really, really good game as well. Like we're seeing a Blame F that's taking like initiative. He's pushing, he's getting aggressive.
This like double mid setup, him and Poison have just been tearing through. Like that's why Gambit, we're only seeing B rounds from them, because they keep dying in middle. They keep getting, you know, that double toilet setup that set the precedent. They started the whole thing. And Config always triple A, and when suddenly when they're hitting the lower site, his rotates have been saving Cole.
I feel like Blame's kind of like, you know, in this time period, it's like his intelligence is almost at the bane of his existence. It's like he knows so much what to do in each situation that he's like playing them uber safe. And occasionally, like when you get him like this, when he is just laying it all out on the table and he is just giving you the beans, as it were.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful sight.
I like the force from Cole. It's going to delay their gun round, but you could definitely win this one. Oh, Hobbit. Yeah, okay. It doesn't hold it forever. The longer you don't shoot your opponent there, the better, right? In terms of Cole, just they're feeding misinfo in the communication, right? They're like, I'm about to peek on, I've got to be water, stack A maybe, you know, all the miscom that comes from Config not knowing that he's being watched. But Hobbit doesn't want to hold it forever. The danger of that at the same time is what if you get re-peeked by someone else? So take the kill while you got it. 5-on-4, broken by for complexity. And Gambit, they really have been given away, and now just got to close the round, and it's easier said than done. Armorless, doesn't matter. Poison hits the shot. He is traded. So gun irretrievable right now on long. Cole have 2 B players.
It feels like Inter's, man, is just having like, what, you know, some games it does just feel like you've eaten a magnet or something, and it's like he's having one of them right now. He needs a round to get him activated again. It's kind of easy, you know, like we've all been there where you just start to slip into autopilot. You're just going through the motions.
Yeah.
It feels like you're getting deleted every peak, and so that's kind of the mantra you're going into each fight with.
Yeah,
you just want to win something.
Same for Nafany, right? Like only just got his 2nd kill in that round. It's been a couple of slow starters here for Gambit, but it's not about the start, Harry. It's about the finish. And we know that Gambit have had really good resilience in their series as well. Cole, yep, saving guns. That's good. They've got another eco, so Dig armor in the next. Poison was saving for the AWP as well. So his kill in this round probably pays dividends for that. And they'll get away with a little, but it's still a Gambit round up to 4. And the money bulking up to a point where it's unlikely Gambit will be forced to eco in this half.
As dominant as the beginning was, though, this is ripe for a Gambit comeback. This round, you're hoping they can get by, and they can get it by cleanly. Triple boost gonna get employed over here at the back of B.
Big fan of that.
Great way to just try snipe a little free kill. Not employing it right away. They give it a few seconds, hoping that someone would have already walked out the short side in that time.
A lot of people are checking for that nowadays, right? Like back in the day, back when that was fairly new, you would never, ever consider looking up there. But if anything, especially on anti-eco, when you know the money's low, you're checking for that as a T. So yeah, the delayed boost is good. And I like this move from Cole. They spot B water, they see it's empty, and they think it's very quiet in the round, so they rotate it back up A. Everyone, in fact, even dropping that smoke down onto the monster from A. So if there were anyone B for Gambit, they'd be re-smoked. They'd be forced back up into A or have to wait even longer. Right now, Cole, I don't want to say they're going to win this eco, but they could.
Yeah, I mean, hell, dude, they're all here. They're all down to clown. Inter's dead on the peak, and oh no, the pistols! Axel tries to save the day, but he can't, and Shiro, oh, he's got a limp wrist as well. He can't even get the AWP out of there. Oh, Shiro, come on. Shiro, get some arm strength, man.
Can he save it?
Yeah, calculated. That's why he didn't throw it out.
Obviously. No, it made sense, right? You don't want to give the AWP to your opponent.
Devastating round to lose.
Well, I just said, Gambit, they're not going to be eco this half. Well, that was presuming they won versus the armorless eco. Now, that's drawn into question. That's a huge round for Cole. What a read. And the trials and tribulations of this top site for Gambit just continue, man. Whether it's the, the combo of Blame and Poison, or if it's the entirety of Complexity sat back at truck. Gambit, they want nothing to do with that A site. They're going to go for the 5-man boost. Like it. Love it, even. Oh, not when Shiro falls off the top. You've committed at this point. You've got to go for it. And you've got to get the kill, Shiro.
Oh my, 1 HP! Fallsy Kratos config from across the map. Oh, a bit of gravity, and oh, the humanity for Shiro.
Unbelievable.
How wrecked would your mentality be? I've never seen anything like it.
Dinked for 99 by the AK, by the way. That was an AK from Config in Heaven. 99. And then Shiro drops to his death. He probably realized halfway through the air, oh, shit.
Oh. Okay, Hobbit, please give him something. Give him something to look forward to. That's more like it. Axel and Hobbit.
How?
Left and right hook, and this somehow might be a round that Gambit win.
Like we all expected.
They go a man down early. They lose a man to gravity, but it's them who's a force of nature.
Yeah, what up now, Sandra Bullock? Yeah, double re-smoke heaven. You're not getting back into this. If you're Cole, you're saving. Get out. How do you like them apples? And again, Hobbit, the hero of this T side, it seems. His entries have been impeccable at getting Gambit into this B-bomb site. They've got to thank him for every single round they've won. And that's 5. You know, this is still, like, fine. I just think it's just weird how it began. 8-1 for Cole. Gambit taking some serious time to warm up. And, I mean, let's have another look at this.
Mate, I am lost for words. The one-tap dink to 1,
yeah,
and then fall to your death.
The saddest part is he gets dinked, so it's like his
immediate reaction.
Drop to, yeah, just dropping, not like looking. But the worst part about that was the train crossed, so he could have even, like, if he stopped and realized, oh, okay, I can't drop, I'm gonna die. The train would have saved him. But yeah, obviously, it's not his fault. I'm not victim blaming here. You're not thinking about dying from full damage at that point in the round. But I've never seen anything like it. Impeccable from Config, but still a lost round. I love it again. Cole going back to the aggro long. They're not fully pushed yet, but we've seen some big flanks from this position. Nice AWP pick from Blame down on the lower site. Keeps Hobbit honest. No more entries for you today, but they've got to go anyway. And oh dear, Axel traded. JKS spraying down a double, and he even put Shiro dead as well through the smoke. Say goodbye to this half. It's only Inters in a 1-on-4.
Yeah, and he's had a very, very rough game. Him and Nafany really struggling right now. This 1-on-4, probably not one you're considering. He's creeping up through the short side, but he is getting wrapped through connector, and Poison holding heaven. Locks in a 10-5 half for complexity on Gambit's map pick. Hello! We'll be back with the second half after the break. Don't go anywhere!
Yeah, they done told me to be myself. So when I went and found myself, the ones who told me back then, be true to who I am, ain't think we was really gonna win. Now they watching us from the sidelines while we trying to victories like we getting high tides. I'm getting my prize. Only thing my eyes is locked in on. Have a milli mine. I want it right now. Don't waste my time. Family in a penthouse with a view sky high. Blood, sweat, and tears bring water to my eyes. Cause the whole gang winning. I done gave my life. Odds low, but we did it, ain't we? And we always moving, never on the same thing. Now our lives are.
I think the way we've been working on what just JKS said about our play was just, it's just like we've been talking a lot as a team lately, have been having a lot of days where we started out by just everyone just talking, saying their perspective about stuff and how we want to do rounds and how we want to do reactions in the different areas of the map. So I think it's just a lot of talk on that area.
I think that the most I'm proud of the winning of IM Katowice. The second thing that we just achieve #1 spot at HLTV ranking and also 2 other rankings, ESL World Ranking and CSPA. And the third thing I'm also proud of that we achieve 1,000 HLTV ranking points, because only 7 teams in the world did it in CSGO. So it means, for example, you can win 1 tournament on 2, but only if you showed the great result during the half of the year for 1 year. Only such team can just get 1,000 points. And we didn't, and we're really proud of it, because we're first CIS team which achieved 1,000 points at HLTV World Ranking.
Gambit pick, usually home ground, but not today. Complexity all over the board. CT side start, and they look ferocious. Double digits at the end of the half. Where was this Complexity on Mirage with their backs up against the wall? They don't want elimination. They fought their way through this lower bracket. It's about time they picked up a map.
This is wild. As you say, yeah, normally a Gambit home map, but right now we got the home intruders in Complexity running amok in the server. Oh, big B stack ready for what's about to come their way. Nafany with the pop flashes to complement this peak. Shiro spots a guy short side as well. Now the utility's raining over the top. Everyone but one guy is here for Gambit, so you're hoping they can hold on. They've read it well, but now they need to land their shots. Ooh. Shiro and Nafany put in the work between the two of them. Blame's quick to trade it out, and in the blink of an eye, it's on to Axile in a 1v2.
Oh, he's getting swung. Finds a second player. He's got the info, but can he hit the headshots up close? Low on ammo. 2 bullets left up, and time for the reload as well. Blame's no armor. Axile with the advantage now, even with the bomb down. He's got Blame locked in the pit. Nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. Climbing above and looking for that headshot. It's just not given over. Blame is playing with his food, and eventually the clock comes into play. Axile needs to close the gap onto the Glock, and Gambit find the pistol round.
Oh, yeah, the kit was dropped water. I'm glad he got it.
Full calculated, Harry.
Oh, the kit was right there. I was so paranoid for a moment. I was so paranoid because, like, literally he was next to it. And, you know, he would have had to drop down. So I guess it all wastes time.
Yeah. He knew. He knew.
Oh, that made me nervous.
Yeah.
Incredible 1v2 from Axile. Like that there, if you want to watch someone who's isolating like the two engagements perfectly, look at that little clip, man. He never lets himself be open to both players at once.
Also, I feel like we have a very little amount of P2000 players in Counter-Strike Go right now, but Shiro, his P2K is unbelievable. It's immense. He's always getting multi-kills. He's always hitting flicks. And he's got the ammo to spam as well. I can't think of any P2K players. My brain goes to Guardian every time, but other than that, I'm kind of left lacking. So, yeah, take it. Take it and run. Gambit, can they build back in? Cole, I love the force buy. Full rifles in the second round. AK, triple Galil, and then the scout, but that's fine. B contact. Monster being spotted by an SMG. Inters with a lot to do right now. He's had a bit of a slow start. This is not going to get any easier for him either. Nice grenade, and it's a deathly blow as well. Here they come, creeping through. Inter sees the shadow, and he can't get a kill. Poor guy. Hobbit trades, but he is a dead man on the pillar. It's only a matter of time, and triple entries here for Complexity gets them into the B-bomb site. Cool.
Yeah, that's rough. Complexity onto 11, stealing it away with the force. And, like, you know, they're still brimming with confidence. Gambit is still shaken. Axile, Hobbit, and Shiro are doing all they can. But Inters and Nafany feeling a little out of this one. It can be hard to get your head back in the game, especially when you've spent so much time having it taken off by your opponent. This is a rough old scoreline. Complexity, you've got to be impressed with what we're getting out of them. It feels like they've really just kind of let it all go, let it all hang loose in the server. Gambit are going to respond with the force, looking to embark on these force buy wars. One M4 on Axile, Deagles, P250, Scout. That's what the rest of the gang have. If Gambit don't win this, which, you know, already the odds are pretty stacked against them winning it, they're 13-6 down before they have rifles next.
Yeah, it feels like a 3-map, doesn't it? Just a lot of it coming down to Gambit being too slow to start in that T half. They felt pretty flustered. And that has consequences later in the game. Try all you want, but when you start on the back foot, this is the result of that. 11-6. Little lurk smoke up on the A site for Cole. Gambit spot them on long. Shiro sees them, but they're walking up close, and oh, he's got cover as well. He can't even peek them tight. They've already gone out wide. Now Shiro's smoked off. Full util into A. Axel, the only man here. Cleared by Rush. Nice shot. The one rifle gone. Oh, okay, all under control. With that, you might want to have to save here if you're Gambit. You are locked out of this bomb site. You are locked out of the round.
And with each passing success, man, Complexity are only feeling more and more confident, more and more fired up. And it's the polar opposite for Gambit. They've got an eco round looming. These always suck, but when you're given over a 13th as you embark upon it, it's a special kind of roughness that you're feeling right about now.
This is really reassuring for Cole, though, right? We didn't really get much out of them on Mirage. It was their pick. Looked pretty lost, honestly. And now, hey, a bit of a flip-flop, a one-sided affair right back in their favor. And with Vertigo to close as well, who knows where this series is going? Fast into water. We got a B-stack for Gambit. Pistols getting picked apart already. Axel gone, and Blame's going to join the fray. He will get traded, but teammate there to keep this round in order. I say it, and I shouldn't, because guns have now been retrieved by Gambit, and they already know to rotate up. This is a smart call as they hear Rush running amok up on the A side. Conflict's even lurking out B. It's a B round. Rush has baited everyone over right now, and Gambit, even if they get the kill, which they won't, thanks to the nade and Rush's escape, B is lost, and the bomb plant is available here for Cole.
Man, and it's another rough spot for Gambit. Like, you just feel like you're being beat in every regard. You get out-positioned, out-maneuvered, and out-brained by Complexity here. You know, at least take these guns with you into the next, but you were buying anyway. The fact they've got to do it on the CT side as well is always rough for these comebacks, man. Like, you could pull this entire game back to something like an 11-13 scoreline. You could go on a big 5-round winning streak, and then you could have that one round slip by and suddenly call it, like, you know, well on their way to winning, and you're left with nothing. So not only do you have to try and turn this around and battle back a very one-sided scoreline, you've got to keep it clean as you do it.
Yeah. And we're nowhere near the remit of Cole being on eco either, so you're going to need multiple gun rounds in a row here for Gambit. It just ain't happening, is it? Here's a full buy. Poison's AWP is here to stay on the T side, even missing the molly. Oof. So Poison's given free real estate here in mid. His CT AWP was popping. Oh, that's dirty from JKS. Come on, give them a chance. They can't catch a break, can they? Nafany getting headshot on the jump. Brutal scenes, and yeah, Cole just gonna group B. No way Gambit have 4 guys here. Even if they do, it's a favored fight to Complexity. Keep it stupid simple. What could go wrong?
Oh, wait for the train. Train's gone by now. And here's this utility. Inters and Hobbit. Hobbit has been a reoccurring hero, but in this round, they're both caught staring at the paintwork, waiting for a flash that never arrives. That's very awkward Axal's dropped into the site to try and offer up resistance. They are all around him. Config might even shoot him in the back of the head, and there it is.
Get him out.
Complexity up on a 14, and this is wildly dominant.
You gotta wonder, was that like, were they both just deady anti-flash, hoping a flash came in, or was that like a miss call, like, oh, anti, you look into Monster? I've never seen two players anti-flash there. It makes sense with the setup, right? You're, like always, you're expecting a flash through Monster. I can't blame them for that, but both players looking into the wall on a smoke fade, oof. Gambit.
Well, so there was a Gambit flash thrown from heaven just after they died. So I wonder if they were turning for that.
Yeah, getting ready for the smoke to fade and hopefully to kill Cole where they stand. Instead, it's 14-6 and Gambit might just be dead, at least in this map. Not seen much con action this game now that I think about it. Rush. Oh, he didn't clear it. Always clear it.
He just decided ahead of time, yeah, it's clear. Well, no, I don't know if you're allowed to do that, Rush.
Oh, nice flash.
Flash is beautiful. Blame while he does trade it. Oh, no. Config's out through Monster. Position may as well be named after him, man.
It is.
This guy is a monster. Look at him go.
He's going trapped to the molly now. Goodbye. Oh, Flash does bail him out from the short side. They can actually come in on the flank as well. It's all from behind for Gambit, but that's something Cole know about. Look at the CT control they're taking. Pushed all the way up. They could plant for heaven. They have. Oh, my goodness. Config's about to clear it out and tell his team to watch for the bottom. Watch for the flank. Nafany coming in from above. He is so far away, though.
And he's running, so Config knows about it. He's just set up to deal with this player in heaven, and there he is with a perfect execution onto Nafany. 2v2, and Blame still fighting in the site. Well, now he's got to fight big time. Oh, no one's watching. They were checking Monster. Shiro does still trade it, and the defuse is in. Gambit get a 7th. That was messy.
Was he looking Monster or short?
He looked back at Monster for a second.
Yeah, maybe thinking they're getting wrapped from the tunnel, right? Blame pushing short, going all the way around, but that bomb is for heaven.
Yeah, so the bomb was for heaven. And they just came from
just
there. I don't know, yeah.
Right?
Little spooky, little cursed.
Nothing's
but
going
it's fine.
right for Gambit right now. They're trying to make a read. It doesn't work. At least they win the round, right? Up to 7. And Shiro's got the mid spawn with an AWP as well, so there's a chance in this round, but really you're just so up against the wall. Cole, full confidence in the closer now. 20-9 for Blame F. He's having a hell of a game. Shiro going to try and take a kill early, misses the shot. Back to long he goes.
Very passive on mid. Hobbit has taken this short water control away. That's always a handy position to have as the CTs, right? You can control a lot of the map from here. You can afford an extra player up towards A because of this control. Complexity are moving back, though. Hobbit needs to get this info. He needs to get this spot. You do have Axal pushing down long, who's doing a good job of gathering information as well. They've slipped past Hobbit.
Yeah, this is perfect bait for Hobbit as well. They're spamming from wall. They're not going to clear him. Hobbit gets a freebie. 4 out Monster. Everyone going here. Gambit know what's up with that flank that you mentioned. They have all the info in the world to smoke wall and spamming through it. Inters joins the party. Very weird, very claustrophobic for Cole right now. Waiting for the fade. But even when it comes in, it's not going to get easier. Time is being bought for Exile on the flank, and he's going to line them up. 2 kills, bomb dropped, easy stuff for Axal. It just feels like such a comeback required for Gambit. Can you even consider it at this point?
Yeah, it's so aggravating because 6 rounds, you know, like that's not that many rounds. That is like very achievable, but it's the fact that you are so close to damnation along your path, right? Like you are towing the line between salvation and damnation. If you lose a round, you're broke, man, and that's probably the game.
Yeah, Nafany going back for the jump spot. He got headshot last time he did that by JKS, so be careful. Cole walking into the monster smoke. And that's a nice pick. Rush grabbing Hobbit in connector. They're even up A short all the way. They could walk through A into B. The only guy on this top site is on long. That's spam from Nafany, nets a kill as a second player low in connector. Poison's still got this flank though. He's telling his team, I'm coming behind them, guys. They have no idea. Nafany's running a rotate, and again, he might just get caught making noise. Poison slips the net right by him. He doesn't want this kill. He wants the round, and he might just get it.
This is huge. This is the winning play. Poison has done it. This can't go wrong. Nothing bad could possibly happen in this moment.
Oh,
Shiro almost turns back around to turn from the flashbang, but still Poison gets him. And now Gambit are left scratching their head. How have we just died to a heaven wrap? Nafany's moved in to try and clear out this B site, and he does surprise JKS, but Blame, more goblin shit. All right, there's a lineup. Oh, that's a big turn from Inters. Poison's rapping again and deals with Nafany in heaven. It's his second time in this position on the T side. Yep. And so we look at Inters 1v2. What can he do? Tries to deny the bomb plant, comes in with the kill. Poison still to find. Inters, this could be his moment. This could be his round. But the bomb's planted for heaven. That's his problem. Poison has got this on time. Inters has got to be flawless, man. He's going to get maybe 2 opportunities to take a shot here, at most. And so he's got to nail it. Taps the bomb again. Poison now going to swing, give it a little jiggle. There's one of your chances.
Yeah.
And you aren't getting any more complexity onto 15, and it's Poison's wrap round that makes it happen.
Yeah, beautiful round for Poison. For you know, the clutch there, that's you wishing you stuck it on the first time around, right? That's, you realize after the second jiggle, Poison's not going wide enough. Even if you tap the bomb and go wide, he is not falling for it. Great clutch from Poison, and there were the 2 kills prior to it to actually get that CT control in the first place. Gambit, they had no idea what was going on the entire round. Cole were in control, and yeah, they're getting hyped now as well. Ready to close 15-8. Gambit fighting for OT. This has been an empty CT side. And look at this buy. No kit, barely any util. Nafany is glass MP9. He might have dropped the AWP over or something. Worthwhile at least to get Shiro his weapon of choice. But boy, what a game this has been from Complexity. Another slow mid take. CT seemed to realize it. They're already throwing bodies up towards that top site.
Complexity do have con control, so they can always change their mind on a whim here. Looks like they want to commit into a Hobbit. Oh,
like
he's going in after they've spammed it, right? So now they think it's clear. Now they think it's all good when Hobbit really was here the whole time. But Config checks it anyway. You ain't outsmarting this dude. This guy caught you while you were boosted in T-spawn, for crying out loud. And here he is.
Oh, no.
Oh, they're coming back down COD. Nafany hears the footsteps, but there's so many bodies. And he can't find any of them. Poison, adding insult to injury. Complexity are just 2 kills away from making this happen. But the bomb's been dropped out on B. If they deny the plant, they could win the round. Inters, a second too late. It's down to a 2v1. This has been so chaotic, so wild. Blame's got a molly for the bomb at least. That's something. It's planted for him on the short side as well. Shiro and Inters, they have somehow made this round happen. They've given Gambit a chance. They've got to seize the opportunity. Blame F, the poster boy of Complexity, left in the clutch. Molly on the bomb, denies the defuse. And there's just so little time now. You've got to get on it, boys. You've got to stick it. And Shiro lands the shot, but there's no time for the defuse. Complexity take Gambit's map pick 16-8. And this series is going the distance.
Все, let's go.
Что такое? Почему у меня жгет?
Найс. Справа, right. Где? Справа, справа. У нас респи. Сидит, идет.
Сзади. А чё, карта изменилась, что ли?
Да, она меняется. Ты спаун, ты спаун.
Без шансов вообще уходит.
Где я?
Где он?
Да Тимоха с прыжка убивает.
Подвал, левый подвал.
Убегаюсь.
Не выдвигаюсь.
Где? Слева, слева, слева. О, дальний бой, Тимоха. Да, нечестно, у тебя убершейдеры включены.
Где они? Слева. И справа. Право убил.
Где?
Слева был. До сих пор там.
Может, я знаю,
Он у меня в лице. Я не могу. Вот как с Тимфу говорить? Так, стенка откроется. Сейчас смотри, стенка откроется. А почему стенка не открывается? Я в стенку упер.
Слева, сзади тебя где-то был.
Смотри.
Найс.
Привет,
Абай.
Тимоха.
Слева. Красный.
Найс. Абай соло кэриш. В центре. В центре справа.
Первый.
Слева. Ладно.
Ну а что ты, Дима, думал? Я тренировал это оружие.
Два слева. 1 10 хп. Капец, 2-3 фрага. Абай, очень сложное оружие, я так скажу.
Не, вот это классная идея. Жалко, что мы ее в игре не... Чё? Я горю!
Слева. Центр.
Слева у нас на рисуе.
Это не ты, что ли?
Well, it looked like the gate has just become a door, and Complexity have shut it on Gambit's hopes of making this a 2-0, as they shot pretty much everyone watching on Overpass. And maybe, just maybe, Yanko, Complexity's anti-strat has actually worked?
Yeah, it seems like they're jostling for the tractor right now, Frankie, and I think you could definitely tell the change of... I think the team talk was between the maps for Complexity. Listen, guys, like, let's just play with more balls. Like, let's not be afraid to take fights against these guys, right? Like, let's challenge them a bit more. Doesn't matter. We're already 1-0 down. We got nothing to lose from here on out, and you could tell that in a lot of the situations. They were being more aggressive, and certainly the good start helped them a lot.
Yeah, they were very liberated, as you say. You know, they were taking fights that at the time might not have been the best move, but it didn't matter. They were making the difference. I think Gambit started this first half with the will to dominate. They lost a pistol round. They forced right behind it, and then they forced it again, which kind of dug themselves into a hole, financially speaking. In general, I think Complexity took a lot of liberties on their first half. You could see Config was pushing a lot on the A side. He was taking a lot of space. So Complexity always or almost always knew what Gambit was doing. I was just looking at the stats, right? And in the last 3 months, Gambit won 40% of their games 2-0, but also 44% of their games 2-1. So it's actually not quite extraordinary for them to lose a map, but still,
does that mean they won 84% of the games?
I think that's how it works, like quick math. I do believe that's where we're going.
I just want to get you to do math live.
I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to say yeah or no.
Yeah, but I think also, you know, 10-5, it's not the worst of scores. Like 5 rounds T side is not terrible, especially considering they lose the pistol. And then they win the second pistol. but they lose the force buy, right? And that's what really, you know, those are some of the win conditions for Complexity. Those good starts, winning some of those low buy, force buy rounds, really keeping Gambit's economy low themselves, and certainly the performances of Inters and Nafane on this map didn't help them.
Yeah, Nafane was 1 for 6 in opening duels in the first half alone and 1 for 6 overall. It was really about Hobbit in that first half, Maniac, it seemed like. Towards the end of the first half, he was actually getting his team in. There was an eco round when he managed to get his team entering into B successfully. But just in the second half, things didn't come together. We didn't see that trademark Gambit synergy.
No, but I think Janko makes a valid point, right? That first half, although being a little bit messy and hardcore for Gambit, they had enough to dream. They had enough for a comeback to put together. You win that pistol round, and then you lose the force buy behind it, and that is it. And even that force buy is very bleak, and unfortunately for Inters, I say unfortunately because he had a bad game for sure, but Complexity just pushed on that monster position again and again and again. It's the force buy, they go out of monster, Inters doesn't kill anyone. It's the round after that with the pop flash, 2 players are out of position. So not only did he miss people, he was abused on his position, and Complexity used that. Yeah, he was definitely bullied to an extent, but I think we still need to keep this in perspective, right? Sure, we expect the Gambit to win. They lost, it's 1-1, but the decider is still Vertigo. I'm really interested, you know, when it comes, in case Complexity wins, I have to ask them, like, whether that's the reason why they let it through, because it doesn't make too much sense. Sure, even if you're not feeling great on your own Inferno, looking at Gambit and their own strengths, like Vertigo is definitely something that they're going to love as a decider.
Well, before we talk about Vertigo, let's talk about JKS. Bianco, is it just me, or does he feel increasingly more integrated into the team? It seems like he's getting more consistent in those star performances recently. Yeah, he is. The problem for him was he did not get all the same roles that he had, you know, in 100 Thieves / Renegades, right? So there's been some adjustments that he's had to make. That's a bit unfortunate because it does seem like he's in the prime of his career. But, you know, with time, similar to, for example, Dexter in Mousepad, right? Some, you know, terrible performances early on, but he had to change all his roles. So the more you get accustomed to some of your new positions, to the dynamics of your new team, right? The way your in-game leader likes to call, the way you like to play CT side as a unit, that's how you're going to get better performances. And I think slowly he's getting to that point. I think he's also what I call a closer, right? JKS is not a player that I expect to just pop off and decide the round on his own. But as soon as someone else next to him in the round is doing something correctly, then the trades happen and he knows what to do. All of these roles, he generally has a lot of autonomy in what he wants to do. And in that regard, he depends on his teammates also doing a little bit of the job. We look at the stats. For this game, it's very much everyone in a pocket between 19 and 21. There is only Rush that's lacking behind a little bit. One has to be, but everyone else was contributing. Poison had some key kills with the AWP, obviously Config and Blamef, we mention them all the time. So in that regard, that's where JKS really pops off. When you just need him to make sure he's getting the one kill, he's getting the one clutch, he's getting the one move, he'll do it. When it comes to Vertigo, Gambit are known for having one of the strongest T-sides, if not the strongest T-side on that map. Is the knife round really, really important for Complexity right now, Janko? I don't know. I don't think too much in a best-of-3 series, or I mean, when it comes to the third map, Gambit is just such a strong team that they can make it. They can get it done on either side. But you know, Nafane, he struggled on overpass, and he's the key player actually for Gambit on that T side that you mentioned on Vertigo, because he's the one going in first on the ramp. You know how many times we've seen VP play Gambit and it's Yekinda versus Nafane every single time, and most of the times whoever comes out on top in that fight has really a big advantage to take the whole round. So hopefully for Gambit, he can step up his game a little bit. Maniac? Oh, I agree. What's your prediction here? We're going to have another upset. No, I don't think so. I think that Gambit have done enough in the past for us to give them the benefit of the doubt moving into this third map. My only question is just the energy. I was looking at the webcam and I saw some tired hours left and right. It's getting late for them as well. Complexity are kind of fired up. So I think they have to weather the storm in the first few rounds. And if they can stabilize, I think they should get it home. It does look like this could be a close match. At least I am sure that Sponge is thinking this is going to be a close match because his boy Jazzy Bear is on form. So let's head to a break. And when we come back, we're going to find out who is making it through to the quarterfinals on Vertigo.
Yes, nice shot, my friend. Cheaters ruining your plays? I have eyes on the enemy.
bad servers stopping your shots? What you need is ESEA. Advanced anti-cheat to stop cheaters. And the best servers around, all with 128 tick rate. ESEA, the best way to play CSGO.
Stay rush.
Nice. Nice.
Doors, not looking at us. I'm going for this.
Nice.
Inside, inside.
Yeah, I see him.
Going.
Oh, I can reach him in the hole. Oh no. How have you managed that?
I didn't know you could get stuck here. Did you know you could get stuck
I
here?
had no idea. Alright, should we see if this works?
Yeah.
Oh, saved! Oh! One more.
Yeah, hold on.
Strafe, strafe, strafe!
He's looking at us.
Okay.
I would have
Everything is
gone see it
saved.
takes that. Parachuter bird coming in. Commander.
Guy on top of the tower parachuting up as well. There's so many parachuters.
I'm gonna try and pluck him out of the sky. Oh, he's got a shotgun!
Nice. Get out of that, I'll be impressed. He was shooting at me, but I don't see him.
Yeah, he's somewhere in the trees.
Yeah, he's down, I'm good.
Under the... Oh!
Perfect. How about that one?
That's pretty nice.
Impressive performance. Thank you in advance.
Intel Extreme Masters Summer is brought to you by Intel, Acer Predator, 1xBet, and DHL.
Well, we promised you all a good game, and boy, has this delivered. We're going to a third map. We're going to Vertigo. Complexity taking liberties on Overpass. Are we going to see the same fired up squad here? Oh, the thought of it gets me excited.
Yeah, questions around Gambit right now. They started this series off very strong. They went out with a whimper on their map pick. And now they go to Vertigo, a map that they have been really stacking up coins on. 6-win streak, looking good. Can they keep it up, though? Oh, Harry. You'll notice the bomb's outside of B. This is a bit of a classic, the old run A.
Hang on a moment. Hang on a moment. Have they stole our pistol, Hugo?
Looks like they have.
They have?
Right back down the ramp.
And now they go back down the ramp. And JKS is actually holding for the fallback. Ooh.
It doesn't really matter, does it? Forget the strat. You're just killing everyone in every occasion, every direction. Cole were baited into that B push. And I love that pistol.
That is the one you call every Vertigo, Hugo. Yeah. I'm going to give you the credit you deserve.
Oh, I appreciate you, man.
We've got a Hugo on every pistol. And this is the Vertigo Hugo. Good stuff from Gambit.
Yeah.
They find the pistol. They hit the ground running.
Yeah, that works wonders, doesn't it? And, you know, okay, sure, overpass doesn't go their way. They're probably a bit pissed after that one, but it's easy to brush yourself off, remind yourself why you're here, what's, you know, on the table, what's at stake, playoffs or elimination. Why quit now? Show up with a vengeance on the third map, and one that's more than favorable to Gambit. I think St. Cole are more than comfortable here too as well.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is like the age-old question, right? Cake or death is essentially what you've been left with here. Gambit, they'd like the cake, please.
I can't really blame them there. If those are the options. Got some nades on the A ramp.
I know you're an Eddie Izzard fan, Hugo, so I hoped you got that one.
Oh, I did, yeah.
Good.
Thanks for clarifying, Harry.
I just had to make sure.
I couldn't give you any more than the joke, cake or death. That's
that basically is the joke.
Ends,
yeah, it's a very snappy.
I was waiting to get maybe a Penne Arabiata in there, but now it's too late. Now the veil is lifted.
Oh, but Hobbit, he could kill him with a tray. And here he is, up through the ramp. Did not need a tray to kill you. And now JKS and Config, the last two left standing, might just be a save here for the D players. Oh, Hobbit, out of focus.
Oh no, he's focused all right. But nothing to focus on because the save is here. Cole are getting out with their guns. Gambit, already a bit of a terrifying start, right? In both the previous maps, Cole have started off with pistols and 3-0s and at times 5-0s. This is the first time Gambit have begun a map to their betterment. Config, maybe a kill here, but at most one and surely traded. Even then, not today. Another eco here for Complexity, even less so in this one. Gambit get a chance to flex their muscles a little bit. Definitely had slow maps from Inters and Nafany over on Overpass. So let's hope they can recover here as well. Oh, Axar almost peeked into a very heavy B setup with these Deagles, but lives to tell the tale, goes back for more and finds Rush instead. Still another man to worry about. JKS. They're being very methodical. Molly and Nade on the stairs. JKS at the top now. Oh, and he's seen some legs. Gonna get out there with a grenade, look for some free damage. And it certainly isn't bad, but this isn't a round that you're expecting Cole to come out on top of, especially not with a B hit from Gambit. There's only one man here.
Yeah, they boost one up and over as well. JKS, nasty surprise, but he's good. JKS, Justin Savage with the dig. 2 in the round, and maybe there's a chance for Cole after all. JKS, the spearhead, but Hobbit taking heads off in the meantime. It's left onto Config, the other Deagle that was kept in play, but he can't find anything. Gambit onto 3. JKS, nothing more than a passing worry in the rear view as they're now getting those conversions on the board. You've got the reinvestment looming for Complexity, their first rifle round here, and it is lacking the orb.
Oh, quick B pick attempted for Shiro, but they don't give him anything. Instead, Axel's left to hold this position as Gambit go back towards A. They're smoked out, of course. Taking mid in the late round. Poison's already holding from this weird off angle, and they're going to clear it. Of course they will. Nice entry for Hobbit. Goosh is in with the first bullet. Saw Poison's screen just shake, and Configs will as well. Shiro holding is paid off. 5 on 3, doesn't matter where you go as long as you go together here. And they might walk into this little A aggro, especially if Blame tucks. This is perfect. If you were ever going to pull back this round, this could be your chance. Rush baiting for Blame. He's going to repeat on the contact. They check it. Doesn't matter. Blame's doubled up. Rush dropped by the orb, and Blame eventually cleared. He did all he really could in that position. 3 on 1. And Poison, oh sorry, JKS rather, is so far away. Should just be a quick and easy bomb plant and a 4th round for Gambit. Statement start here, though on the T side. Playing it by the books.
I think we've had a player drop as well. So just JKS saving this M4. They're back in now, so that's all fine. Gambit up onto 4. As you say, a statement start, man. You know, you go from struggling to find anything on overpass. It felt like you just, every decision you made was the wrong decision, essentially, is what it felt like. Whereas now, you're up to a very, very comfortable 4-0 lead. And here's the thing, right? Overpass, well, it has been a good Gambit map. Vertigo has been an incredible Gambit map. As you say, 6-match winning streak. I think it's a 92% win rate.
Sheesh.
Yeah, man, big moves out of these guys on the hit.
Oh dear, could get awkward for Axel. Barrel's been spotted and dealt with. Deagle to find that kill. Running away with their loot, Cole. A couple of goblins have grabbed guns. Gambit, 3 on 5. Shiro's just looking for these picks, and they keep playing with him, not giving any clear fight up. Waiting for Gambit to actually take the ramp, rather. JKS, bit of aggro mid maybe, although he just backs out and tucks sandbag, playing it safe. Oh, Poison. He's had enough. Might be able to grab that orb right back out of the hands of Shiro. With another dig like that, is Config instead to get the kill, and it's a beautiful round out of complexity. That was 4 pistols and a rifle, and they win it with no deaths.
Yeah, unreal, right? Talk about a money-making round.
Ka-ching.
They're very, very happy with that on the complexity side. These Eagles churning through Gambit. And as you pointed out, the free AWP upgrade is always appreciated for Poison. Shiro reinvesting in one, but it's mad expensive. Also drops a gun. He goes 10k invested in this round, and so that leaves you with nothing. Run boost. Woo, that's nice, JKS. Shot in the back. JKS removed, and now Config looking for this trade. He's getting pressured, so has to give up the angle. Actually goes back in, but doesn't live to offer up any kind of resistance. Poison's trying to hold it with the AWP. First shot does connect, but it's only the tag. The nade somehow hasn't removed Nafany from play. So Gambit settled back into a 5-on-3.
Yeah, and look at A. It's empty, it's vacant. Cole have been banished from this round. Blame is running the rotate. He hears them below him, but it's very little he can do in this position with Hobbit already so deep in the site. Smokes it down. You're going to try and molly default, delay, deny, do anything you can to that bomb plant. But even if you stall it out, Gambit have the clock on their side, and now they have a flank as well. more mollies, more nades, but it really doesn't matter. Gambit don't care. Go ahead, waste your utility. That's $600 a pop. And all the while, they're being walked on. The big flank. Nafany waiting for the backstab. As soon as he gets it, Gambit can start peeking into the bomb site. There might be 2 kills here for him. There's one. There's a second. Oh, no! No! Get out of there. Well, you still can. He will die, but it doesn't matter. The round is Gambit's. Orky Momo.
Yeah, it was a bit. Exile's trying to do good on the damage that Nafany's done. I can't believe JKS got drop bared by the run boost. All right, they saved the guns. Back in with the reinvestment, but this scoreline's building up against them. Yeah, look, we get to see the run boost again. Here it is. Axel, the drop bear. And it's another incredible start out of Hobbit. He was the only guy really giving us anything from Gambit on Overpass. It's very, very good that we're getting the same looking Hobbit now. 8-1. He's been instrumental to this this success early on Vertigo.
Oh, he's been mental, right? This time, Cole actually want to collapse on the ramp. Look at 4 players set up to do so. Nafany doesn't know how much he's in danger. But killing Config, that alleviates a lot of the pressure. The other 3 are on the sandbag side. Only Config on short. Flash peek, they see barely anything. Config wins his fight, and so does everyone else. Everyone but Rush. And talking of Rush, Gambit are running back into the B-bomb site. They've lost everyone at A. JKS has fired a shot. Now they know he's here. Oh, he blocks a molly with his body, getting aggressive, and they have no clue he's close. He lets them pass. Oh, this is beautiful from JKS.
Oh,
bye-bye.
Intez keeps walking into him, and JKS. Not the kind of guy you want to get caught passing in the street there, man. He mops him up. Complexity onto a second. Gambit brought to a bit of a screeching halt. Their attempt at taking ramp turned sour very, very quickly, and the B bomb site didn't give them that fallback plan they were hoping for. They're able to come through with another investment, but you will note it's lacking a little. Teetering on the edge of having their money broken.
Yeah, lots of mid control for Config. He's pushed in deep here with the AWP as well. Deep ramp molly, Nafany burning, man. He just can't catch a break. Blame pushing around by the edge. Nafany even eats a nade down to 5. Blame's going to finish the job. Goodbye. And Rush helps out as well. The nade is just dropped on the ground by accident. And now 3 on 5. Rush continuing to provide pressure for Blame. He doesn't need it. Further kill. And now only 1 man up. It's Shiro just trying to hunt down Complexity where they stand. Back of the sandbags. Poison covering. Even the flank. There's no getting out of here alive. May grab 1, but it's a Cole round through and through. 3 to 5, and Gambit with no bomb plant, they are broken. Cole's way back into the first half has just been placed in front of them.
Man, and you know, this is more than recoverable now for Complexity. He might have had this nice beginning out of Gambit, but a 4th round should be as good as locked in here. Poison.
Field day right now.
He's also sat 11,000, man, so this AWP can keep coming out. He was a real reason as to why Overpass went the way it did. He's calling for rotations in this round. They're thick and fast.
Just how we like it. But Gambit are not. They are walking right back, hobbling towards the B-bomb site. JKS has been pretty good on the anchor roll right now. He's not had any problems holding on to B, as we saw in the previous round. And he shouldn't have many problems here either. It's just that one gun for Axel, right? Don't send him in first. Maybe just send him in as a trade or boost him up. Yeah, I like the boost. They're going for it. Does JKS? No. Uncrouch isn't in yet. Axel's waiting to bite. He wants the contact to get made from his teammate first, up the stairs. Nice idea for Gambit. JKS spots him. Now Axel standing, jumping, and dropped immediately with the bomb. Where did the gun go? Off the map, maybe. Up the top of the stairs. They can't find it. They can't find anything. JKS, 4 kills in the round. And that gun just fell by the wayside, mate. Off the building, 50 stories down.
Getting a real good game out of JKS. It's great to see. It really is. You know, when he joined this team, everyone was so excited. Everyone was like, oh, we're going to get to see that star power unleashed. And in the beginning, it was pretty underwhelming. Really nice to see these flashes of brilliance out of JKS, man. This B bomb site has been on lockdown. Poison also had a spawn for this B site, so he tried taking that peek early, but wasn't offered anything up. That leaves you without an AWP over here towards A, but Rush is doing good, getting aggressive down through the ramp. The AWP at B in the hands of Poison, waiting for this smoke to fade. Him and JKS are looking for this fight, and JKS is dead. Poison, well, he's good for one. The trade's immediate. And the B bomb site now in a state of flux, needs Config to start to plug some holes.
Yeah, he's done so with the util. Smoke and Molly coming down. Config starts to re-aggress, and Gambit go quiet, hoping that Cole will think they've left. Outbrain themselves up top. Oh no, the trade's not there. Config kills Axel, pushed up on close, and the AWP almost got the shot in time. Instead, Gambit will have to reroute. Back to A they go. Flame F's still here. Shiro staying scoped in. He doesn't want to be heard making noise with this sniper. Can't Cyclops it forever. Back up the ladder into middle. Config is flanking them, and right now, Cole is stacking A, thinking they're getting walked on the ramp. This is a beautiful play from Gambit. Cole think they know exactly what's going on. They couldn't be further from the truth. If Gambit walk over the mid to B, it's a free round. Rush is holding for the A flank in case, but I don't think Gambit will make that mistake. Flash, and into B they go. It's free.
Shiro. Oh, the timing on that. The timing on that. Rush is now out in middle. It's weird, man. Like, you're kind of weighing up what you want to do here if you're Complexity. They are going to group and give it a go, right? They're so fine in the money department. This is a retake you attempt, and with utility still to play around, smoke at top ramp, that's going to force some of these players to try and fight from Tetris. Shiro hands the opener. Bombs only really planted for Shiro. It's not planted for Hobbit, so they've got to move in. And even then, like, oh, that's ugly. Why? That's a mid-post plant. It makes sense when Shiro was on construction, but I don't know. It felt like they kind of changed how they wanted to play the post plant after the fact, and you can't do that once the bomb's down.
Yeah, the reason you plant there is because you don't actually have the B stairs, right? So you don't know if Cole have that position, but if you're going to plant there, you got to play for it, man, for sure. You got to at least try and keep that control. Obviously, a second's difference in that round. If Shiro stays on elevator in the first place, like you say, probably just kills Rush and Cole saved, but damn, that's an awkward way for that to go. Great reaction for Cole to realize the bomb was bad for Gambit and just stick it right behind the box. Rush is having a field day as well on this A ramp, and he's doubled up in this round. All Poison getting chased. Got to watch out. The Tech 9 in his face, and 2v2 suddenly ensues. Config re-aggressing. He never lets off the gas, never stops the pressure, and he'll catch Shiro jumping as well. Only Axel left up, and he's not long for this world. Config is beasting right now, and despite the strong start for Gambit out of the gate, Cole have recovered well.
Hey, one of the things that's looking a little problematic here is it's like for Complexity, I feel like you're in a safe pair of hands no matter who's still alive. Yeah. Whereas for Gambit, I'm still looking at the same 3 names from Overpass. You know, you've got your Hobbits, your Shiros and your Axals who are looking good. Inters and Nafany still having a very rough time. Inters yet to get a kill in this map.
Very close, but Nafany makes it up short. Nades bouncing back for Cole, but Gambit are hesitant on the A take. They even rotate out. Axel hoping for someone to make a mistake and aggress B, but Config is just containing the stairs with JKS set up for him. Hoping he gets rushed through the smoke. Gambit taking mid again. It's completely free right now. Maybe an oversight, but Config's going to go back to check it on a timing, so it's all under control. Is he ready for everyone here? Flash goes over. Now he knows, and Config mowing them down, getting one. Smoke coming in. B split eventually here for Gambit. They're going to go. It's only JKS trapped in the bomb site. They're coming up those stairs as well. Oh, he's in the molly. Surely they hear it. Nafany with a key kill to keep Gambit in this round. Hopefully a better plant this time as well. And this might be one that Cole don't even want to get involved in. Man down in the post plant, out of position. Gambit's mid takes have been really, really nice. But it does feel like because they're not going mid early in any of these rounds, Cole are not playing it either. Config patching it late, but only 1 for 1, and Gambit just explode B again. 6-6, and we have a very competitive game. And I think that's what we all wanted, right? Mirage, one-sided for Gambit. Overpass, one-sided for Cole. About time we were trading rounds.
Certainly given us a bit of a sight to behold here towards the end of this first half. And one thing that is great is that it's a close game where money for both teams is pretty established, right? So you're still buying here on the complexity side, especially squeaking a couple of saves out of that round. Shiro gonna try his hand at the B pick again. But JKS isn't fighting it. He's anchoring this site alone, so he doesn't want to give up that early fight. Flames spammed out over through the ramp smoke, but Poison equalizes it up with that trade through middle. Rush holding onto ramp, and ooh, it's close. Nafany still alive, however, Rush has seen him and attempts the swing. Doing so, this A bomb site has been opened up for Gambit.
Yeah, they haven't taken it yet, though. Just a bunch of smokes getting thrown by Nafany. He reroutes up to short. They're still outside of B. This could get problematic. Cole making the perfect read right now. Nafany getting that kill might draw Poison back out. Still JKS sits up close. Smoke's going over. He calls for help yet again. Now this is doable for Cole. They're in the right place at the right time, but not just
That's the bomb.
Drops the bomb, and now they have to commit. They have to trade. Poison holding on, but they're on his right side, and Axel is going to keep that round alive for Gambit.
That could have got out of hand. Ugh. That could have got, you know, like the one thing you had was time, and the bomb going in first meant that suddenly you were committed. Could have got out of hand. It's a good thing that Axel's firing on all cylinders and was able to get that trade in the first place. As mentioned, money was still fine for Cole, so they're buying up again. But if they lose this, it's a force buy to round out the half. Huge opportunity for Gambit to try and break away from this tight scoreline as we approach round 15. I love this.
Yeah,
another one of these mid, just crawls, just creeping up.
And this time Cole have no idea. Oh, Config's even dead at B. That's going to draw JKS in. He's going to get backstabbed. Bye-bye to the B site as Gambit find their solution. It's another just walking over connector, and the kryptonite for complexity leaves them having to save. I mean, Gambit have figured it out. There's no question about it. I'm surprised that Cole haven't, started putting players over there. It's like they're wanting to double B with this, config JKS crossfire where they take stairs and have that boost player on the wood as well. And at the same time, they want a triple A for those rushes that Gambit were throwing in earlier in the half. Well, hey, that leaves a nice big hole in the middle. Right for the taking.
Oh, and even removing guns from play, man. This is all complexity would have had. They're taking away what little they've got.
Oh, no.
The Orb's cut loose. Blame at least survives with the...
Oh,
I just had to say it, didn't I? Just had to say it.
Yeah, and fighting there is no value for Cole. Obviously, you know, the Orb doesn't really get a choice, but would love to see Blame tuck. Like, you're not changing Gambit's buy here, even if you kill every player. You're just trying to keep your money alive. Those are huge exit kills for Gambit to set themselves up for a 9-round T-side on this map. You can see why they got a streak on it, man. These guys look lethal. This time, Cole will play middle. But still have that AAA hold, and well, that's one way of doing it. Rush runs through the ramp, flies through the sky.
Also, a little thing to note, Nafany's had a great recovery, man. He's brushed off the overpass nerves now, and he's back in the server.
Getting a lot of A-Luck picks and stuff, for sure. How's Inters doing?
Yeah, you know, still struggling, still 1-8. But it's fine, man. You know, you're having a few more players come back to life now. And so it must feel like there's a little less pressure on Inters to try and turn it back up. Oh, Config dead at short. And yeah, this force buy not long for the round by the looks of things. They've lost Rush and Config. It's leaning heavy towards mid right now. This at least gives them a chance to rotate into this B site, and that is where Gambit are looking to end up once again.
Yeah, gnarly little executes coming in. 2 CTs, but now just 1. Axel's going to clear it. Nice shot from JKS, but he should be dead eventually, and it's all a matter of time here for Blame F as well. 1 on 4. No kit either. Bomb getting planted, and Gambit onto a winner here. This has been a really good T-side from Gambit, and, well, thoughts go out to Complexity, having to pull this one back. Blame caught out close by Shiro, and here we go. The last half of the day. It's Complexity, it's Gambit, it's Vertigo to find out who's going to the playoffs. Join us after the break to see how it all shapes up.
Mr. Copper, that is it now. Is he alive or is he dead? Or were you thinking of your approach to me? There's a riot on the street, it's been going up for weeks. Throwing boxes and will they stay? We used to fight, yes, face to face. No, the police for carrying them on the stage.
When you see me coming, better run for cover. I survived the pain, I know it made me stronger.
sure, the vibes are good, everyone's having fun. But in reality, the pressure is on like never before. 9-6 at the end of that first half. Gambit in the lead and Complexity having to play catch up. It's all or nothing. So yeah, let's vibe out a little. But let's also recognize the gravity of the situation, yeah?
Have fun, but not too much fun, because there's some serious money on the line right now, plus the pride. And who doesn't want a bit of that? Cole setting up outside of B, faking A. It's the same pistol as Gambit, just with different numbers, and they've got the kills to back it up. Hobbit does trade from sandbags. The call was made. Poison can't see him, though. Oh, pre-fire one-tap by Shiro. Load that in the replays as Gambit now realize this is a B take. Axel catches him in the air and can try and stop the bomb from going down. There's no cover. There's no chance. Finally, making it up is Rush. I'm looking for kills, though. Gambit flooding in at this point. They are all here with a vengeance. Get them out. And Cole, you can't run the same pistol versus the guys that did it to you first.
Hey, man, that's recycling. We support that. But, yeah, you know, if one person is going to know what you're doing, it's the guys who just did it. Nice round there, though, for the Gambit boys. Good little confidence booster and a nice way for them to build upon this lead that they already sniped away at the end of that first half.
Yeah, full Glocks. Sad round, but a means to an end here for Cole. Oh, they fake out A. They do it again. They run A. They walk out. They're hoping for exactly this, what Shiro's doing. Someone to get aggressive, someone to maybe give them a gun here. The flank could do it. Or not. Dinked and running away as Axar with the smoke in the hallway. Shiro's even chasing and they jump onto Axar, but it's only a FAMAS pickup. And still around, they surely can't win. I like that. Config throws a gun out the map. You know, he knows chances of them really doing anything in this round are null and void. So just take some money away while you do.
Nice, Inters. Go on, mate. Get your head in the game. Let's get it. Inters, the guy who only had 1 kill, now set up on 6. And he's finding his footing, and we love him for it. No one likes having those games where you're in your own head. You're already deciding before you've taken fights that you're going to die. Especially not when you're a dude like Inter. So any steps he can take towards building back up into his former self, they're ones that we support. Investment in now for Complexity and a fast up ramp round. Poison dodges the short smoke, but now looks to go through it, and he's touching Shiro. They are next to each other. They are one. Poison emerges from that smoke as a nasty surprise for Nafany. This bonus round not off to a good start. It's Config lighting them up.
Yeah, and even spamming through short. Now they know you're trapped there as well. Player getting spotted in elevator. College is going to try and lock Shiro out of this round through the smoke. Inters is dead. There was an attempt made. Shiro, same case, but same result. Cole 5-on-1. And Axar, he might have been able to stop the bomb plant with his nade, but that opportunity has disappeared. And so should he, really. Keep this gun for a rainy day.
At least holding on to this lets you keep the pressure on for the time being. Although it is a flawless round for Complexity. You would have loved, like in a bonus, to even take like 2 of these tagged up players out just to force a bit of reinvestment. This now kind of poises Complexity in a nice spot. You know, they are behind, but they've got Gambit right where they want them. And Gambit also are aware of the implications that going for a buy here and losing can bring. They've called in attack pause, knowing that there is a lot riding on this round.
You definitely buy here. Shiro has the perfect amount of money to buy an orb. So, yeah, absolutely do it. Drop a gun, buy an orb. Still winnable round here for Gambit. And also, you want to quell Cole before they start believing in themselves again, right? They win a T-side gun round, sure, it was bonus. That's what you tell yourself, it was bonus, guys. If we had rifles in that one, no chance. So now they got to prove it, putting their mouth where their money is as Famous has come out with that AWP. Heavy on the A side. Cole did that many rounds of their T side or CT side. And this time for good reason. 3 CTs defaulting up the ramp fast as well, already making it up short. It's Blame F charging them down. But Gambit, they realize it's coming. They see the flashes and they concede. Setting up back in the site instead, not giving away those opening kills for now.
Ooh, the reflash back in. Bit of aggro, get in their face. Nafany's good for one. Oh, still just holding on to this ramp control, and Gambit now calling for rotations in towards this bomb site. Nades on Shiro. Do a little bit of damage, soften up this AWP, but not enough, mate. He's still hard as a rock, ready to go. In with the peek, and now looking for more. Shiro, ooh, putting some style on it, even trying his hand at the no-scope. Come on, Shiro. Come on there, give us something. Give us something big. Shiro. We waiting, Shiro. JKS gonna die, and it's just Rush. 3 players still to find. Shiro with the leg, and Axile gonna finish the job that he started. Gambit up on a 12. Nice little A retake round out of them. Couple of big kills from Shiro to really tip the scales in the advantage of Gambit, right? They weren't just pretty to look at. They set you up nicely for that retake.
And after these couple of kills where he, sees the bomb get faked and he jumps up and drops off, you can see actually on his player cam, he's being so, he's talking so much, he's commenting so much and telling everyone to chill, slow down, wait up, wait the smokes out, and not to hurry that retake. Everyone goes quiet and waits for Cole to run out of smokes. Right now, Cole walking middle. Got this double setup, but could not be better. Oh, juicy. Nice trades, though. And meanwhile, Config has grabbed a kill as well. Or someone else, rather. Putting it in the favor of Cole. Again, it was JKS out B, under the stairs. They have no idea. Blame's come back from A. He was the one to not get the mid pick, rather, but Cole just grouping quietly. There's only one man at this B bomb site right now, however, it is Axile.
Oh, and he's keen. He's dropped the bomb with that kill as well. He doesn't know about the player underneath him. Axile, ooh, does turn for it, but JKS bests him. Minute left. Complexity don't even have to commit. They don't have to keep going into this B site, but they don't know where Shiro is. They flash him off the angle. Not that they know it. Shiro gonna try and give us one of his famous clutch attempts here. Ollie buys him some time. Buys time for the reposition by denying the bomb plant. And so now he set himself up over here on construction. Different place to where they thought he was. There's this little element of surprise. Gonna help him out. The answer might surprise you. It's no. Because he's saving. But that's all well and good, right? Gets out of the round with the AWP. Kind of cuts his losses here. Complexity is still keeping this tight. They are still keeping this competitive, just refusing to let up. And with good reason, man. Like after the beating they were handed on Mirage, to pull it all back together, take it to a third. They're believing again. They're fully back on Cole's side, and they're edging this closer and closer to a tie game. In this round, that AWP is going to be the only thing worth mentioning, unless they force around it. And they do force around it.
Okay, risky moves, but let's see how it goes. Shiro with the AWP. If he can grab an opener here, that would be very nice for Gambit. Got Axel tucked into the B bomb site as well. Could even have a quick boost here. Looking like they want to set something up. JKS actually wall-banged him out. I don't know if he saw him. The molly came down, though, probably pushed him out of position. Now Inter's just trying to fill this B site, but JKS has jumped up top and taken the round by storm. Nothing Gambit can do here. You've got to save. Couple of kills in the right place. Oh, nice grenade, though. That's going to stall the bomb plant. Maybe Gambit now interested, looking for another kill. The plant will immediately be redone here by Cole. Speed is key. And Nafny getting mollied. Oh, what? Okay, good. The smoke lands eventually. It bounced a couple of times, and in all of the confusion, Poison pushes him into the next round. Shiro and Hobbit saving. And Cole building back into their T side. Only 3 behind now, and this money is still broken for Gambit.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the force buy decision was an interesting one to begin with, right? Like, you semi-understood why. Like, you had a couple of players who were on the verge, like double eco, who would have been very limited had you got rifles here. But now you've just got to kind of swallow your pride, take an eco. And unless Shiro and maybe Hobbit could do something miraculous, this should be Complexity getting on to 10.
Safe bet for sure. Shiro going mid with the orb right now. We got an 8 default here for Cole. Well, Shiro's going to trade into us, or at least try to do so. Rush backs out. That's a smart move from Rush, not getting caught by a trading player. Didn't know it was the orb, but you can presume, you know it's in play. Hobbit with the other save, CZ spammed as his legs show up through the smoke, and Axile and Shiro are cut off by one of their own. One of Cole's, rather. Shiro should just put distance between himself and this A-bomb site, try and get away with this gun now, but Config's already on a hunt, and he's walked past Axile. Doesn't know he's in shark-infested waters.
This is awkward.
Yeah. Shiro should be able to save, though. That's still 10 rounds for Cole. Double digits taken by Storm.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're not called Storm, they're called Complexity, but yeah, nice try. 10 on the board. And a flawless round at that, Hugo. I know that one's really rubbed you up the wrong way, man.
I didn't want to give you a laugh because I felt like that would be, you know, rewarding.
Yeah, you don't want to encourage it.
No,
yeah.
no. Shoot it
man,
down.
I tell you what, like, this is, okay, if you're a Complexity fan and you're watching this, and you're going, man, oh, the boys, they get ruined right now. Oh. You're freaking out a little.
Probably not watching if you're saying that.
Yeah, exactly, because they ain't. And they're actually in a really good spot here in a sense, right? Yeah, they're behind, and that part sucks. But you are in full control of the finances. And money talks, man. Money means everything. T-side's where you want to find yourself for a comeback of epic proportions. And this isn't even that epic. You're only 2 rounds behind. So here we are. Winning this round could tie the game up for Complexity, or at the very, very least, lay the groundwork to get you there.
The maths almost checks out. Short smoke down, and Gambit don't care. They run right through. Oh, the spam is so good. And somehow Hobbit gets burnt out by Blame, but they still get the kill prior to that. Blame's gone. Nafny trying to join him, but it's going to be the poison orb to pick him out. Cole up a man yet again. Gambit towing the line between aggressive and passive on the A-ramp. Bit of both, and it leaves them worse for wear. Re-aggro. Config caught with nades out. Oh dear, but they don't punish him. They don't capitalize. And Config's able to hunt them down. Suddenly, they're the ones who are uncomfortable. Team kill on the B-bomb site is not going to make things any better, but JKS makes up for it, and Config's got a killer headshot, leaving Shiro alone. He knows.
2 bullets. Oh, yeah. Runs out of ammo. So Shiro gets the trade, but this might just be another wayward save on the AWP.
Wow, 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 wow. That's all he's doing right now. Poor Shiro, never in the right position.
I mean, this is what we were saying. This is why this was not a bad spot for Cole to be in. This was a big opportunity, and they've taken it. They've taken it in their stride. 11 on the board. The money broken again for Gambit. Shiro and his hero, AWP, either have to come up huge in the next round, or Complexity will be tying this game up.
Damn. Super impressive stuff for Cole, right? Gambit. They had a 9-round half. They had pistol and conversion. It looked like they were about to close this thing out, like they have with many a Vertigo game gone by, but learning the hard way that it's not that easy.
I mean, as we said coming into this, right, they're on this 6-map win streak here. One of the cleanest maps for them results-wise in the pool. And that would make it sting even more if this is how the streak gets broken, right? If Complexity break your winning streak only to send you home and advance to the playoffs over the top of you, that's one that's going to hurt for a while.
Yeah. Right now, it's feeling like that's the way it's going, right? Cole in control of this T side. Another eco. Gambit really not getting the better of the money off the back of that early force buy in round 5. Or should I say round 20? But yes, 5.5. Either way, it's another mid take, and Gambit, a bit of their own trick used against them, just walking over this mid to B, and all the pressure put on by these nades coming up the stairs. They have no idea the backstab is here, and Config's got a triple kill. Easy done. Shiro, again, wrong position. And the AWP might never see the light of day. Config, oh, finally cleared out. Shiro's, I mean, when he's getting fights on these exits, he is banging them out, but it's always exits. He's never in the right place, even though he's switching it up.
Oh, yeah, death by 1,000 cuts, and they want to...
Oh! Okay.
Give me some of that, but when it matters, Shiro...
Yeah, it's literally coming down to, you know, great T-side calls from Cole, but Shiro's AWPing A lot, and he's not really getting anything done. You know, he went middle 1 round, Rush got a kill, ran away. Shiro has just not even had the opportunity. He's been destroying the saves. They can't get this gunner off him. But they don't really care. They go, fine, keep the AWP, man. We'll keep taking the rounds. 12-12. Gambit, we need a hero. We need a Shiro. And we need him in the right bomb site right now.
Yeah. Shiro, man, you know what? I just want to see you let it all go, man. Like, just come on. You ain't getting these fights right now. They're dodging you. I don't know how they're doing it every time, but they are.
They're weaving it.
Gambit can feel this game, this series slipping through their fingers. They had the lead, they don't anymore. It's anyone's game heading into round 25. Complexity, they haven't just won all these rounds in a row. They haven't just streaked together 5 only to give up now. And so once again, they go back to this ramp control. Flashes through, dodged for the time being. Ramp still left hanging in the balance, and we've got Shiro aggressing down the short side, looking to put his AWP to use when it matters most. Config is given a freebie. I do not know how he's gotten away with it. Maybe even more. Config is alive, and in this A-bomb site, Shiro, oh, and Short is brought down within inches of his life, and Config is just still tearing through this A-bomb site. Oh, it's disgusting. It's despicable, and it's put Complexity into the lead. What a round out of him. 2 HP the difference. Unreal.
He's had enough, hasn't he? He does not want to be eliminated. What a well-fought battle for Cole to get to this position. Never did I thought I'd say it, but they are up in the lead on map 3. Unbelievable resilience. And Shiro finally in the right place, Harry. You said it yourself, on short, gets a kill, doesn't make a difference. Config kills everyone. He kills the defenders, he kills the rotation, and then Rush comes in with a nade to dunk out Shiro. They don't even face him. They go, oh, the orb's there. Well, how about an artillery strike? This was weird. Don't know what that was. Hobbit had his nades out, knife out, running, jumping, flying through the sky, and Config was already way up further than he was ready for. Yeah, get him out.
Like, what's that third kill, man? Dude's like a robot.
Call comes in. Oh, he's dead short. All right, next target.
All right, better just 180 and kill the guy CT in 2 bullets.
Here we go. Shiro's got another orb, right? Lots of money saved from these constant, well, saves. So that's something for Gambit, but it needs to get this opener, and it's been flashed off. Config back with a vengeance, back with the pace again, has the top ramp under control. Just going to hold off here. Sandbags Molly clearing the corners, waiting out the smokes. This is not done. Gambit could certainly have a second win, but oh, what? Where's that come from? They need it now, I was going to say, and here it has appeared. Trapped in on short, they don't know. Hobbit's Shadow gives it away, but he gets the kill to Config. Vengeance is sweet. Served up on a plate. Bomb loose. Poison's got to jump up to get it. He can't reach. His arms aren't long enough. And Gambit are now facing on all fronts, looking for fights. Forget the bomb. Kills are a requirement right now for complexity.
Yeah, Gambit have still got some fight in them yet, perhaps. Poison will nail Hobbit. Just don't let them win the 2v4. It's that simple.
Don't lose, guys.
Oh. Okay, they've retrieved the bomb. Blame leaping by like a gazelle. Shiro's even naded down to half. But he's just not giving them these kills. Great stuff out of Gambit to not like fight this, right? They threw one dude at it, then they go, yeah, all right, let's not let this get out of hand. As you creep into the site, it's the short player that you can't see who is concealed by your own smoke that could just tear this away from you.
If he plants, he's dead. The time. He's got to fight.
Kills. Oh my! He's dealt with one. Oh, even more damage. He has the bomb. He can get it planted. Shiro's going to dome one from the boost. Blame left in the 1v2, and they're just not giving him the engagements. He's done so much damage, and they've done so well to make it as costly as they have. But it's still the round for Gambit. Regardless, that was a 2-on-4 that ends with one player surviving.
Yeah, really nice try from Blame. I mean, he even tags Inters jumping back short, right? He does so much damage.
The orb's gone now as well. You're not getting another one.
Killed it right at the end. That's a real shame, but yeah, oh my goodness, this game is on a knife's edge right now. Anyone could win it. Anyone could break the money. Cole luckily have a good bank set up.
Being real, man, the fact that they just did that much damage, if they win another round, that could mean that this game is complexities on the back of how much economic damage they inflicted in that 2-on-4.
And you've lost Axel immediately, right? He's been the point man behind Shiro, often in front of him as Shiro's been left to the wayside. Axel's gone after one. Was it worth it? I'm not sure. They're going to molly into B deep, trapping Inters at the big boxes. He's got nowhere to move, and the flash is good. He's going to get the kill blinded. They hunt him down. What? Yep, eventually, but that sets Hobbit up for a trade, keeping this round up in the air. Out of B they go, reset. And the 2-on-3, Gambit don't have to over-rotate. They are fine. Giving up B just in case. But that's not where this bomb is heading. Nafany on a weird old off angle. Elevated in the elevator, waiting for them to walk his way. And they will, but it will take them time. 2 smokes on Cole to set up and execute. But, you know, while Gambit are passive, Cole don't know that. They've got to care sandbags. They've got to care short. And all the angles that come with it. Smokes will finally go down. Now you know if you're Gambit, you've got double nades. Oh, are they going to dunk the plant? This would be one way to go out with a bang.
Oh, come on, boys. Get them nades in now. Oh, Blame made of sterner stuff. Guy's a tank, but can't sustain the gunshots. Rush is now left in the clutch. Down from a 1v3 to a 1v2, and Rush, so much damage. Major winners clash, and Hobbit comes out on top. The defuse gonna come in. Gambit keeping it going, keeping it alive, up onto 14 as they are now back in the lead again.
Yeah, does Hobbit have a gun? I certainly hope so. Scavenger hunt right now for Shiro. He's grabbed an AWP and a kit. Hobbit? Anything? Anything? There it is. Phew, last second grabs the AK. So the orb's been retrieved, Harry. It's been grabbed back by Gambit. And those double nades were brutal as well, saving them for the right time. They may not kill him, but they set Gambit up for the round. Blame gets spammed through the smoke. 14-13. And, you know, Cole, they fought so hard to get back here, to get the lead out for the first time away from Gambit. Only for Gambit to respond like this.
Yeah, I mean, you guys like Config have given us some remarkable rounds. He has fought tooth and nail. He's been trying so hard to get this one over the line for Complexity. They're asking of it again. Gambit, quad A setup. No one in mid, no one on B. And Complexity are walking up this ramp now, late in the round. Into the stack. Into the lion's den. Hobbit back on the sandbags. The volley forcing him into the open where he clashes with Config, and that is a huge scalp to remove. Config now, the guy who has put so much effort in just having to sit by the wayside and watch as his team try to make this round happen. Into the MP9s, everyone here for Gambit. Axel even moving around from B, and the bomb out in the open. Shiro continuing to take matters into his own hands, has dropped it again. And now Blame F and Poison screech to a halt, but they're running out of time. Poison's got the bomb, taps it. Blame's got to watch his back, and Blame F, he leaves it in the 1v1. Axile sees it through, and it's 15 for Gambit. Match and series point after all. Blame might have made it close, but they couldn't get it over the line.
Wow, this is an unbelievable game right now. Flame did everything he could, and what a shame that his Config dead first, right up the ramp, dead to Hobbit on the sandbags. Like you said, the guy that's been doing it all right now for Complexity the other day and almost finishes the job, but instead it's match point, it's playoff point for Gambit. That's what we're fighting for. Out of the groups and sent home will be Complexity if they can't drag us into OT and then go even further. What a recovery from Cole that we could easily forget about if Gambit just find this one more round, 2 chances to do it.
It is heartbreaking though, because coming into this, like, they were such underdogs. Like, you know, no one was looking at Cole going, yeah, easy for these guys, even with Gambit looking shaky. They fought tooth and nail to make Overpass go down the way it did. They pulled this all the way back to 13-13, having to win 6 in a row to get there. And now, when it matters most, when it's crunch time, Gambit looking to steal it all away and make it all for nothing. Yes. Poison, no holes barred. He's let off the leash, and he's good for the opener. At this point, what more do you have to lose, Complexity? They throw caution out the window. They are exploding into this A-bomb site. Fastest round we've had out of them in a while, and it's Poison delivering all the goods right now. Config dead again. Not having a chance to play into these rounds in the mid-round. He's once more relegated to the sidelines as he watches from beyond the grave. Can the boys see it through? Blame with 1. And the numbers dwindling, but Inters pulls it back. There is this mid-lurk from JKS. The entire round could be sealed by this play. With just Axel left, he's had easier 1v2s. The money would be broken as well. What does he want to do? This is a real moral dilemma for Axel.
It's just no time. Just might have to grab the orb and get out. He's going to try and get on the bomb. Not allowed, though. Poison peeks back in out of nowhere, and Axel caught on the edge of the site. 14-15 OT on the horizon, because look at the money. It is in tatters. Shattered is Gambit right now. Oh my goodness. Everything we wanted and more. Even bonus rounds. We're not there yet. But is there really anything that can stop us from reaching the inevitable? Pistol armor, bit of utility, not even a kit for a retake in Cole. This is their game to lose, or at least to get to OT, surely. Flash play, Shira's lining it up for his team to explode onto the ramp. They don't want to do this too early, then they don't want to do it too late. Got to find that perfect point. Util to clear out short at least is something for complexity. But when will they get comfortable? And will it be too comfortable? Flash is ready. And on that contact, here it comes.
Oh, Config blinded. Oh, the trades are even. And if you're Gambit, you will take that. At a time like this, with the buy that you've got, you will take even trades every damn day. A 3-on-3. JKS out through middle. Complexity leaving the ramp side, and JKS trying to cut down rotations, has dealt with inters over in mid. Axel hears the footsteps. Will he get spammed out? He's playing the long game, but he's checked. Oh, Rush didn't believe it. The Eagle on Axel gets the kill, and now just JKS 1v2. Axel 1 HP the difference. JKS has played some phenomenal games today, but Justin Savage, all the pressure on his shoulders. The comeback, the overtime, it's all hanging, it's all residing on one man. Everyone's watching, and JKS is in with the first. Just Shiro left to find, tucked in, close left, doesn't check it, and the Deagles do it for Gambit. The journey ends, bittersweet, complexity are done. The Gambit fight on in the playoffs.
Yeah, they done told me to be myself. So when I went and found myself, the ones who told me back then, be true to who I am, ain't think we was really gonna win. Now they watching us from the sidelines while we trying to victories like we in high tides. I'm getting my prize. Only thing my eyes is locked in on, $500,000 mine. I want it right now. Don't waste my time. Family in a penthouse with a view sky high. Blood, sweat, and